Welcome to A Corporate Time. I'm Tom.
I am Dan. Our producer, Samantha, is here. Hello, Sam.
Hello.
You're wearing one of my all-time favorite Tom and Dan shirts. It is the shirt where we stole the design from Motley Crue, the Decade of Decadence.
Yeah.
And we turned it into our own little album cover with all like fake, headlines on it and everything. And I love that. I love that shirt.
That's the one we should have framed.
I told you that.
Multiple times. I did tell you that. Yeah.
Okay,
Actually, I was listening to her when
Thank
she said
you.
that.
I think I have it in a text message.
Yeah, you might.
I got the receipts.
You might have documentation.
Yeah. Put that on things to do.
Instead, I framed your faded one that the logo's way too high.
We have an Airbnb now. We have a
Sorry.
guest here. We're gonna introduce our guest and get to that in a minute. But I did notice that you guys framed a shirt with pit stains.
No.
Yeah.
No,
Hey, I just did what I was told.
It looks terrible.
Well, never do what I tell you.
Okay.
the first rule.
We're gonna frame that one. We're gonna get one of those. I'll bring mine in.
Sarah Fisk is here. How you doing, Sarah?
Hi, I'm good.
From the Orange County Library System, and we're here to talk about Orlando Book Fest happening Saturday, April 30th. So, Sarah, tell us all about Orlando Book Fest.
Yeah, so if you've been previously, it's going to be a little bit smaller because we're kind of easing into it after, pandemic things.
What?
Yeah.
I've never heard about
I
it.
know.
What is that?
I told
Okay.
Sarah not to tell you. I go, he is fragile.
Sorry to break the bad news.
I've been living like normal.
I have shielded you for 2 years. I am so sorry you had to find out this way. Sarah, continue.
Apologies for breaking the bad news there. But so we're going to have starting at 10:30 in the morning on Saturday, and it goes till about 4. And we have 3 panels with 3 authors each, so 9 authors. And then at the end, we have a keynote from Tim Dorsey, which he's a mystery author, if you're not familiar with him, from Tampa, who writes kind of like weird Florida mysteries. So it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I am familiar, and I know a lot of people that are completely familiar with the works. In fact, I believe before she passed, my mom was collecting a bit of the books because, it's cool to... I have always thought it was, and this just shows how egotistical everyone is naturally, right? It's like I have always gravitated to reading books when they weave in parts of like where I'm living or things that I do. Like, for instance, I'll give you a dumb version of this, but like when you would read comic books like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and you would see DeLand, Florida, Tom's Pizza in there, because that originated, like that was written in the original Ninja Turtle comic books. Tom's Pizza, the pizza place that I talk about that I really liked, and like DeLand, that's where they got the idea for it. There was something, I'm going to get the actual folklore incorrect, but I believe that the 2 gentlemen that were working on the comic, one of them was actually living there at the time or renting, and he just kind of took Tom's and wove it into Ninja Turtles. And
Interesting.
It really mattered to me. Like, it really makes it cooler. So these type of books that are like weird Florida mysteries or whatever, I mean, a lot of people really enjoy these, especially if you're a native. It's just...
Guess who else is a featured author that's going to be speaking?
Who?
John Busdecker.
I was gonna say,
What? I knew you'd have a problem with that.
No, I don't have a problem with it.
They are mortal enemies.
No.
No. Are you gonna? Is this the one?
Would he
that
call
you
himself an author?
He is a featured author that is going to be speaking.
Is this the event you said you were going to pick it and stand out front?
No.
I think it was.
Hold on. Don't you have to have a certain accreditation to be an author?
Well, he's written multiple books. This is like his 4th book, dude.
100 things to do in Orlando?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brendan's going to be with him.
Yeah, Brendan will be there too, so he's bringing the party.
I thought a lot of that was cut and paste from the internet.
You thought it was just a picture book, didn't you?
No, I thought he went, you find Devil's Den, and then you cut and paste the description.
That's what I do.
Steal people's work?
That's what I do for our guests in our show notes. I'm like, what's their bio? Copy, paste, link.
Yeah, so speaking of, at 1:30, there's going to be we need to talk about Florida panel.
Oh, really?
Maybe
John and Brendan.
I wonder if John and Brendan would maybe bring you along as a third.
Yeah, I know
entrepreneur.
South Florida.
Yeah. They don't know anything about Miami.
One of the things that people don't know about us.
Brendan's not even from Florida. He's Canadian.
He's not. He's Canadian.
John's from Michigan, so.
Yeah, I know both these guys.
Hold on.
Yeah, you're
I
right.
should be in the panel.
You're right. They
Sarah,
are not trashy enough to tell anyone what to do in Florida. We are. We're the trashy
We should
Florida
do the panel.
guy. Yeah,
Florida panel.
We're
with
the
Tom and
panel.
Dan.
In fact, in our house, nothing but panels. Trashy house, Florida house.
And it's a wood panel.
Wood panel.
So can you boot them out? I'm not. I'm just asking for.
Oh,
like,
she
an
absolutely
industry
can.
favor.
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
Put us in there, and then be like last minute change
Yeah.
coming in, or put us right before.
Yeah, right before it'd be done. We're sabotage.
Because I feel like me and you can answer questions about.
No, I don't go anywhere or do anything, so I'm actually not very good at this.
That's true.
Yeah, do things in Florida. Things? What are things?
Well, you got Baldwin Park, and more specifically, just inside
Yeah.
your house.
I've got, look, if you want to do anything inside my house, allow me to be your guy.
Yeah, Daniel knows all about Peloton.
I really do. Peloton at the top, the middle you eat, sleep.
Yeah, bottom old
Yeah,
studio.
the bottom, yeah, you hide and you cry in the garage.
So, Sarah, when they do these panels, do you have a problem? Because I remember I did this Orlando City questions with Adrian Heath.
It's not about you, bro.
Oh no.
okay.
No. I'm telling my experience with like Q&As.
Oh, I forgot about that. That was at the Hairy Buffalo downtown.
No, I think it was at Latitude. So, like,
It was up on the rooftop.
yeah. And like he was up there, and then I was.
By the way, people on a rooftop at a tiki bar always pay attention. Who booked that?
And I remember they're like, all right, we're gonna have. Was it Adrian? I
Yeah,
think
it was Adrian because I got. What did I get? Chicken pox or
Yeah,
sick
you
or-
had the flu or
I had
something.
Chicken pox.
Yeah, it was something bad. Like, because I remember it was like, I think I was patient zero of COVID.
Oh my gosh.
I started.
It was like 2012.
Yeah.
So anyway, they were like,
I didn't want to go either, so I hammed it up a little bit. I was like, I'm so sick.
but it was like Q&A with Adrian Heath, and I remember even before I did it, I was like, I need some backup questions because I bet the first thing I'm going to say is we're going to do this whole presentation. Adrian's going to talk, and then I'm like, all right, we're opening up our Q&A. Who's got a question?
Nobody.
And
Crickets.
then
Yeah.
everybody is embarrassed because
Yeah.
nobody likes public speaking.
No.
Or they're afraid to ask a dumb question and everyone will get
Except for
ridiculed.
nerds. You know, like nerds
Yeah,
at a
like
good
Comic-Con
panel.
or something.
True.
Yeah, Comic-Con.
So
they'll be
then
like,
you get-
sir, me, why did you make his feet webbed?
No, then you get more of, I have a comment. I have a comment. It's not a question.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
right,
opinion.
right.
Everyone in the room
Right.
just goes,
Yeah, like, it's always we came here to see the pros comment, not you.
You're right.
Ask a pro the question and have them make a comment. Anyway, 0 questions, and then I literally had
Didn't
to
you write a few?
Oh, I had to go through my question list. I'm like, good thing I got some questions from the audience beforehand. It wasn't a lie.
Right.
It was just I wrote them in the car on the way there.
Yeah.
And they were all bad.
What are Bustecker and Brendan gonna do when no one asks any questions? Maybe we should go just ask questions.
We should.
We could dress up.
We
in
should try to
full-
stump them.
Yeah, we could be like, or we could like assume like
Why do you want to ruin their panel?
because they try to ruin us. It's retaliation.
Bustecker does bully me online.
That is, he bullies everyone.
He does. He is
He
secret.
sends me text messages now bullying me because I won't go out to the skating rink with
Yeah,
him.
he is
I see him there all the
secretly this law enforcement power has really poofed his head.
yeah.
And because he hangs out with cops all day, I feel like when he gets around us normos, he wants to push us down and
that's
put his
strange.
service revolver in our mouths and slap our butts and stuff. I don't like it.
He's got his badge on the outside of his belt. That's how he does business.
Yeah, he does. And I don't even think he should have a badge.
He's always been very nice to me.
Sarah's too nice.
I see
for
where you're
us.
drawing the line, Sarah. I see where your allegiances lie.
So, Sarah, how do people sign up for this? What's the price? Is it free? Tell us all
Yeah, it's
about
free.
it.
I mean,
Yep.
it's at the
Okay,
library.
you guys with the free stuff. Can we knock that off? Can we just
Everything's
start?
free.
Can we just start charging, please? For the love of God,
Oh.
you guys! How do you fund everything that's free?
Sarah,
Well, you've already paid for it.
yeah. So, Sarah, let's talk about this because we had in the past couple days some listeners talk about like when they were growing up, their parents used to drive them downtown and then take them to the biggest building, and they rode
glass elevator.
they rode the glass elevator for fun, right? And it was like, it was a free, fun activity because my parents didn't have a lot of money, so we used to ride the elevator. We used to drive to the airport and just watch planes take off. And then I'm like,
It was a sad show.
the library offers so much stuff
Yeah, the library has robots.
free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Way better
Library's
than
got
riding
damn
an
robots.
elevator.
It's got like I got yesterday, and I was so glad that it was like kind of organized that you were going to come in yesterday when I got home when we left. And I got home, the stack of blue plastic bags of books that my daughter had ordered was, it was piled up. And these are the books that she needs. So this is where I become like superhuman cool dad. These are the books she needed to read before tomorrow to take advantage of this. There are certain books in the state of Florida that kids need to read in order to get some sort of Florida State ice cream party. And my daughter is obsessed.
No more personal pan pizza?
My daughter's obsessed. Well, they have that too, but this is just like a Florida. I don't know if it's authors that are from Florida. I think it has something to do with that. Mm-hmm. But we couldn't find those books, right? We could at the library, and we could for free. So we just had them all delivered, and she read them all. She read the last 2 she needed this morning, so she gets the ice cream party. And I'm a hero. Thank you, library. Totally free. It's awesome. It's incredible that you guys offer that, and people I have friends that are like, how do you do it? Just go online. It's so easy.
I need new books for Max and Tommy to read because every night they're supposed to be reading, right? So I'm like, read after the shower. And then...
well, wait a minute. I thought you were giving them Pokemon cards and meat sticks after the shower.
And cheese balls.
He bribes his children. He gets them to wash their armpits by giving them meat sticks, little Smokies and meat.
But they only have the books that we got when they were
babies.
When we
memorized them.
Then I'm like, read, beep, beep, goes a blue Jeep.
What?
Beep, beep goes the blue Jeep.
And Max is like, I can watch rated R movies.
If only there was a place in Orlando that you could get free books.
I know.
Yeah, delivered to your home. So you don't even need to go out, buddy.
Yeah, so you can just show up anytime during the day. The schedule's online. So if you go to ocls.info/OBF, you can see the schedule and you can see what you're interested in and come and go. A lot of times you have to register for stuff at the library, but this you don't have to. You can just show up.
Awesome. And then all the panels and stuff, there's a schedule and you could just attend any panel you want to?
Yeah, and the authors will be signing books immediately after their panel. So if you want to go book signed by them. So if you wanted to get a book signed by John, then you could just come.
Super cool.
Awesome. Well, Sarah, thanks so much for coming by.
Our lawn guy came over just in time.
Sarah, let's talk about this.
Okay, we should talk about this because it has been bothering me all morning. This dude is about to get
raking the concrete.
He's about to get a size 5.
He's wasting time.
He's about to get a size 5 doll shoe right up his rear end because I am very mad.
Hold on, you work for Orange County. Can you write a letter
to you fire this man? Go out there. You're fired.
Because for sure, he was standing outside our window just revving his weed eater for 15 minutes straight. And there's not even grass out there. No. There's just mulch.
It's concrete
He's just
and mulch.
chopping the mulch.
Yeah, he was chopping the mulch good. And he stood there and he chopped. And
that's just the way it goes, though. I was recording a podcast yesterday, and my dad fired up a circular saw outside my window.
Thanks, Dad. Much appreciated. Oh, what's your podcast?
That's what I was going to ask.
Yeah.
My podcast is called Queries, Qualms, and Quirks.
Write that down. I need new stuff to listen to. Okay. I'll subscribe.
So it's for writers. So published authors come on and talk about basically how they got their book deal.
Sweet.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah. That's really, really cool. Yeah, there's podcasts everywhere. One more time. What's it called?
Queries, Qualms, and Quirks.
Queries, Qualms, and Quirks.
Awesome.
Well, you can't say that. Try it.
No, we cannot.
Try it. You know what? Don't try it. That was me bullying you, and that's not fair.
I can eventually say it. Never spell it. It doesn't matter. It would take me. I'm not joking. If you sat me in a room, it was like like
Saw. In order to live, you have to spell queries, qualms, and quirks.
It will be a while.
It'll be a little while.
Sarah, thanks so much for coming by. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
And take a quick break.
Yeah, again, Orlando Book Fest this Saturday, April 30th. Going on all day.
Go do it, man.
OCLS.info.
Indeed.
All right, we'll take a quick break. We'll be right back with more Corporate Time.
Welcome back to A Corporate Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Dan.
I'm Tom.
Samantha is also here. Didn't need to say that. Voicemail.
I appreciate it, though.
I take it back. I take it back.
Okay.
I don't. You know what? You only get one announcement a show.
All right.
Fair enough. Two might go to your head a little bit, I think.
Who do I think I am, John Bustecker?
Yeah, you might think you're Bustecker. That guy is oddly...
Everywhere.
He's a bully, though. He is a grade A bully.
He even bullies Brendan on Bungalow in the Bus.
But that's my favorite part. Maybe that's just their love language. Maybe
I don't know.
He's the Dom.
Sometimes...
He's the Dom, and Brendan's, the sub. Let's try this one. It was a thank you message, and I think it rambles and it's long and...
Hey, Tom and Dan, I just wanted to say thank you so much for the scratchy and the autographed card and a little decal.
I've never heard them called scratchies
Me either.
before, and that's why I saved this message. When he said that, I was like, what are you, baby?
I don't like the term scratcher either. I don't like scratchy, scratcher. It's a
Scratcher.
scratch off.
Wow.
That's the hill he's dying on.
I'm serious. When I see people, thanks for the scratcher.
I
I'm
like
oh,
it. You
stupid.
say
Why does it bother you so
I want you to
like
say
it.
scratch off lottery ticket.
No, I don't like a scratcher. It sounds weird.
The scratcher sounds like a guy that's itchy and he can't stop scratching his balls. That's what it sounds like.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I got a scratcher.
Oh, who's that guy? I caught the scratcher peering in my window last night. He was just standing there scratching his balls. That's what I think of.
Yeah.
The scratcher.
I don't like it.
He's like a guy that comes to your house. I'm so itchy. I'm just going to scratch. All right.
Hey, Tom and Dan, I just wanted to say thank you so much for the scratchy and the autographed card and a little decal and whatnot. It was really cool. Wasn't expecting it, man. I listened to the show, and I know you guys are only giving out, to as many as you could, and much appreciated, man. It put a big smile on my face. Didn't win anything on the scratchy, but it was fun.
Double scratchy.
Lottery ticket or scratcher ticket, and
Wait a minute.
Scratcher
Wait a
ticket.
minute. Then he says lottery ticket, scratcher ticket. Hold on. You're all over the place. You knew what it was called, and you still called it a scratchy?
In the middle of this phone call, he realized that it's not called a scratchy. And then he's like, oh, scratcher.
Oh, God, they probably think I'm they probably hate
they're going to play this.
Oh, Tom's going to really get me good. He hates scratchies.
And stop talking about it. It's making everybody
I don't know, 20
mad.
years probably. So it was really cool, man. I'm over here in D-Land, and it was cool to get something, man. I really appreciate it, guys. Thanks a lot.
We've lost more BDMs than we've ever had.
BDM depreciation.
People are canceling crazy.
Are they really? I don't check. I don't look at it anymore.
Don't look
It's
at
like
it.
social media.
I'm like, oh, we lost it. This is not good.
Hundreds. He called back.
I just wanted to add to my last little message I sent.
Scratchy.
Because I just started listening to the BDM show for the BDM thank you. And anybody that has like an attitude about getting something, I mean, I can understand the, like, oh, you didn't have to do it. But the conspiracy theory people and all that kind of crap, man. I mean, I left the Facebook page a while back.
Don't talk about it.
Oh, my
Because
God.
it just, it kind of, there's a lot of negativity on there. And Tom's right. Everyone goes to do a review. They always want to be negative. And,
Oh, my God.
People don't really, put out the positive vibes too much. And it can be too much. But y'all didn't have to do anything.
You're
And
right.
shouldn't have.
I
We
appreciate
should
that
not
you did
have.
something big time. It was special to me. Life goes by real fast. So it's nice to
God,
slow
he's
down
going
for a second.
deep.
I'm like, oh, cool. Look
Looking back. my scratchy turned 3 just the other day. I didn't scratch it in the Tom and Dan way. They sent it to me on Appreciation Day. I put it in my underwear drawer, they say.
I do like when someone's intentions are good, although
just
all of
making it worse.
all of what they're saying is making it worse. Like
I do too, yeah.
I stopped following you guys a long time ago. The content just wasn't what it was.
it
but
doesn't hold up.
and then
One trick pony.
I got it on the BDM page. That plays.
Oh,
Oh,
God,
God,
I hate it. All the people there are terrible. They're all bad people.
Yeah, but I'm still, I still pay
I'm
my
still-
$1.95.
I'm still a proud 195er when my card doesn't decline it, and then I struggle for months to get it back up and running. Enjoy my less than $2.
Anyway.
Hey, Tom. Hey, Dan. I'm listening to something Rodney. I'm way behind, and you guys were talking about celebrities retiring. My issue is, say you've got a band like Kiss or a singer or a rapper or somebody like Jay-Z who does a farewell tour because they're retiring. They sell out 30-something arenas, make billions of dollars, and then do the same thing the next year. What about a class action lawsuit? Because I paid for a ticket because it was your farewell tour, thinking it was going to be the last one, and you do another one. So I want my money back for the tour that I paid for, thinking it was the last one.
I don't think it would fly, but yeah, I can see why you would be angry.
Maybe we should ask Mo.
I've always thought that was corny.
It is a bad look. Elton John was just here last night. I thought he already had 2 farewell tours.
No, the pandemic kind of screwed that up.
Okay.
He did the farewell Yellow Brick Road tour that started, I think, in 2019, but it didn't finish up. Like he was supposed to come through once and then come through again.
Gotcha.
And this is the second trip through, but yeah, you're right. It extended. Man, that poor guy's probably like, damn, I was trying to retire.
Right. Now he's got this obligation.
Right.
Yeah.
The farewell tour is a good marketing.
When are we doing ours?
I know we'll start
next BDM Appreciation Week.
I mean, that's been going on in business forever. Like the going out of business sales.
Yeah.
Like
Right.
mattress companies started just doing that. Like,
Everything must go.
like going out of business
Yeah.
and then just starting up either a new LLC or just not going out of business anymore. And then there's nothing illegal about saying you're going out of business and then don't go out of
Well,
business.
it does. Okay, there used to be.
But it is kind of cheesy and
There are people in DeLand that'll know what I'm talking about. There was, I don't think it's around anymore. There was a men's clothing store that had been there since I was, I grew up knowing of this men's clothing store, independent men's clothing store. And it was notorious, owned by a notorious person in town that everybody knew, like a likable guy. But every year he would do a going out of business sale. And it got to be a joke where my dad would be like, "Oh, there's old." I'm not gonna say his name because I think he passed away and his family still. But my dad would drive through town and be like, "Oh, there he is doing his old going out of business sale, just trying to scam us." Like it felt it. That's how it ended up feeling. And sure enough, then it went full circle. Then it went full circle in the idea that the man doing the going out of business sale realized that everybody knew he was collectively doing these every year at going out of business sale. So then he, to get in on the joke, just continued to do them every year until he died. Yeah, and then it became like a funny thing with like, he's doing the going, and then it became like everybody accepted it. It was weird, man. Very, very odd. I don't know if that's just a small town thing, but
sounds like it.
It definitely works for items that people buy infrequently, and like mattresses or suits in a small town. Like a lot of people, my grandfather had like 2 suits that he bought in the 70s and never bought a suit again. Like most people.
Isn't that kind of your situation?
Yeah. Like most people buy 1 suit they have for life because they use it for a funeral or a wedding. And then once you get old, you go to very few suit.
Like I think my Orlando City Awards Brook Brothers suit is for funerals now.
Yeah.
But I don't need that.
But
ever
now,
again.
But even nowadays,
dress up for a fancy date night.
Not in a suit.
I don't care about my wife enough to do that.
Yeah. And the suit is too formal. And like,
and my wife would laugh at me if I walked out in a suit and we're going out to dinner. She'd be like, "What the hell's wrong with you?"
So even nowadays in funerals, like funerals are becoming less formal. Yeah, like people don't want you. Like a lot of people don't dress up in suits.
I saw a corpse wearing a flat brim. I was like, "Oh, okay, this is relaxed."
Like, and even a job interview, like full blown suit. I mean, depending on like if you're a lawyer,
everything's
or something,
less formal now.
Yeah.
Even that fat guy that
it's Florida too.
Even that fat guy that gave his testimony in the Amber Heard and Johnny
in
Depp
the car.
trial. Well, he was vaping. That dude was vaping while he was giving his testimony. He's blowing smoke out of his nose. A big fat Hawaiian guy, and he's doing his testimony. The judge or the attorney's asking questions, and he's poofing. On the Zoom call.
I love it. It's such a circus.
I was like, how is that even a thing? I'm surprised the judge didn't.
Right.
Are they trolling? They're
Yeah,
trolling, right?
yeah.
Gotta be.
Yeah.
Because you never vape.
You don't vape in court.
And
Everyone
you know it's
knows
being
that.
televised. Like
Yeah. So they're just messing around. And even,
Everything's more relaxed now.
Even Johnny Depp.
and Johnny's just laughing at all of it, you know?
So they're like they set that up. They're like, hey, I bet you can vape on the phone call, right? He did it. You're right. I'm surprised the judge didn't be like, put that down.
Tracy's right. His testimony, he said he didn't even read his paperwork because he was tired of dealing with it. That was his answer. His answers are like, did you read the thing? And he's like, no, I didn't read it. I got tired of it. I'm over it.
So the farewell tour with the bands and the artists, that's a direct result of, do they initially really believe it's a farewell tour?
I think so,
and then because of the extra amount of people like, oh, I got to see him this last time, then it sparks interest in like, hey, I got to keep this going because there's such a demand that it like, you know what I'm saying? Like you slowly die.
Look up how many farewell tours officially Kiss has had. Because I want to say it's been at least 4.
But they've been more cheesy than most, right?
It's the first question that pops up.
Oh, really?
5.
5. See, I think it was pretty close.
They're like 90s radio, right? Like, a bunch of, put their logo and everything.
Are they, or do they, or is what you're saying accurate? Okay, let's go with what you originally said because I don't want to like immediately start villainizing them. Let's say what you're saying is right. Let's say they say, yeah, I'm tired of doing this. Farewell tour, let's do it. Farewell 2004 is the tour. Let's do it.
Yeah.
And then they start to do it, but then they realize that their band is way more popular than they even knew. And they're like, wow, this is great. You know what? I don't want to do a farewell tour. I think that's okay. I think you're allowed to change your mind. Yeah. I'm not going to say it's not cheesy, but I think you're allowed to change your mind because it's not like they don't sell out, right? Like they sell out.
Okay, business-wise, and maybe this is more calculated.
Like, what would you do if you were Gene Simmons and you and I were doing the Kiss farewell tour, and we wanted to quit, but then let's say the first 2 dates we put them out for sale, and they sold in less than 5 minutes, sold out, and we're like, oh, all right, that's cool. And then we release the other dates, and they're just selling out, and then we go on tour, and the crowds are immense, and you're like, hey, Dan. I don't know, buddy. I mean,
we can keep it going.
Yeah, we can. We were gonna make $50 million, but if we just go for 6 months more, we can make $100 million. I'm like, put my makeup on, bitch. Let's roll.
I think it's like that. I mean,
what do you think, Sam? It's cheesy.
I think it's all a scam.
It's cheesy, but do you think they know in advance?
I think it depends. I think some do and some don't.
Because follow this example because remember we were questioning why Brady announced his retirement, then unretired, and we're like that's kind of cheesy or whatever. But if it was, I mean, his entire brand is worth so much money, right? I'm sure him and a huge group of people have put a lot of thought into the next 5 years of this guy's career, right?
Yeah.
So maybe it was just a planned thing where like, hey, we're going to announce your retirement, and then you come out of retirement. That retirement announcement will be so huge worldwide, so much publicity. And when you come out of retirement, you'll be twice as popular next year because honestly, like, my wife, who doesn't like, or she likes the NFL, but never would go to a game, she has been talking to me multiple times, like, hey, we should go see Brady.
Yeah,
play.
I want to go
and
before he retires.
Hey, I thought I was on the farewell tour of Brady. I saw him last year.
Oh, my God, you were.
And then he retired.
And that is why you said you wanted to see him.
Yeah. And then he came back, that bastard.
Well, if we all go again, we should all go again. I think we should all go.
That ball did, get a settlement back, like his last touchdown thrown ball. And then he retired, and then they auctioned it off. Then he unretired.
That's actually what I thought would happen, believe it or not, because I was like, it's not the same thing now. It's not even.
So I don't know what the settlement was, but I think they gave him his money back or something like that.
I think they gave his money back. Yeah, all of it. I think it was just like, we'll just call it even.
Which I'm surprised that Brady didn't get in front of way before that and just be like, I'll just give this guy his money back. Like, he doesn't matter to him,
Right.
Like $500,000 is nothing.
Ghost,
good publicity.
Ghost of Manute Bull in our Twitch chat room, and we're live on Twitch every day. Twitch.tv/Tom and Dan Live. He says he'd like to watch Brady stomp a mud hole in Falcons legend Marcus Mariota. Yeah, he's going to.
Oh yeah, of course.
It's gonna be disgusting. It's gonna be so bad. That's why I'm all Braves now. Atlanta Braves. That's my team. At least for right now.
Every team has a rebuild year. I had to watch the Dolphins and Jay Cutler play.
I already told you my ideas on this is my season because there's no pressure on this season. We're barely gonna win. I'm like, this is awesome. I don't have to pay attention to nothing. I can just have fun watching all the games. I can have fun doing my fantasy. I can have fun if we do win some games, if some crazy things happen, if we pick up a quarterback in the draft. All of it will be fun.
You could probably beat the Saints. They lost their coach. And,
I don't know.
Anyway.
I'm all baseball right now, buddy. I got my email into Sheldon Tortuga, putting that out into the universe again. I told Sheldon Tortuga in Daytona, I said, hook me up with your marketing department. We got some business to do.
Has he responded?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Did he say?
I can't read turtle, though. So it's like a lot of, it's like he's heavy-handed on the keyboard.
But it doesn't seem like it affects the artists when they do the farewell tour because, I mean, if they already got you for the ticket or the mattress or the suit, who cares if they're mad after? They already, it's not like you're going to buy another mattress or suit or ticket to see Elton John.
Well, you would need to care about your own integrity, right?
Well, I guess you'd have
It would bother me. Like, if we did a farewell tour and then later we're going to do another, like, okay, let's do a real world example. If we did Founders 2.
Oh, I made the jokes about it.
I would be a little like, like.
But here's how.
Are we going to do Founders 2?
Oh, man.
Founders 2, better than original
You think
Founders.
they're mad about a BDM Appreciation Week?
I think I could do it because people expect it from me, right? Follow me here. They're like, Tom, he's scamming us again.
There's a bit of truth to that,
like,
yeah.
Like, if they expect you, if you're Gene Simmons, they're like, oh, you Simmons.
Yeah, you got me again, you helmet-headed fool.
And they're like, Don King didn't care about his reputation.
When we saw Don King walk in, we're like, oh, God. We knew. We knew what it was.
And he's still making money. They're still hiring him. He doesn't give a damn about his reputation, right?
I don't even know if Don King's still alive.
I think he is.
Is he still a boxing promoter? I thought
I don't know.
He killed a man, didn't he? Don King killed a man.
Yeah.
He's 90. He's alive.
Yeah, he's
he
how did he live that long?
I don't know.
Like, that's
crazy.
crazy.
How do you get your hair to stand up that high at 90?
It's crazy that Don King has lived till 90, right? Like, he definitely didn't. He wasn't health conscious.
You know what I would like to watch? I would like to watch.
Was he healthy?
I would like to watch a video of Don King trying to use and pay for a Snickers with an Apple Watch. I'd like to watch that video. Give Don King an Apple Watch and a Snickers and have him try to use tap to pay at a 7-Eleven.
Is Don King a secret, like, genius behind the scenes?
No, he's not a secret genius.
Well,
he's a murderer, I think, right?
No, I know, but follow me here.
He's a boxing promoting.
He did shoot a man.
I know.
I did not know that.
Yeah, he's a murderer.
By genius, I don't mean like, he's
if he's a
physicist.
genius, I'm a genius.
Well, a genius in a way where
he killed 2 people. Sorry.
Oh, I didn't know that.
A genius.
I didn't know that.
Because I would put the category of like genius manipulator in the genius category.
Oh,
just because,
yeah.
Like, I think.
You gotta have bad geniuses. Yeah.
Like Bernie Madoff, or like the people that have accumulated such wealth from nothing,
like that lady that had the blood, the scam blood lady. You and I are obsessed with that super smart. She's smart. She's not an idiot.
But the fact that Don King shot someone or 2 people, or whatever,
killed him,
and the entire world looked at Don King like he was a scammer, right? Everybody looked at Don King like, this guy's up to no good, right?
Yeah.
And he's not in jail, and he made a lot of money. He's a millionaire, right?
He's alive at 90.
How much is Don King's net worth? Like,
if got to at least be $10 million, right?
Everybody looks at you like a criminal, and you've stayed out of jail.
Holy smokes, $150 million.
And you've made $150 million.
Big boxing matches.
Like, everybody's like, that guy is a scam shyster. You know what I'm saying? And he still made money.
It kind of bums me
out.
He
shot one guy and he stomped another guy flat.
Yeah, he stomped the guy flat. $150 million.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
he did serve 3 years and 11 months though for the second one, for the stomping.
But it's like there's something he's doing that's above what anybody that I could even think of, right? Like, how is he able to make $110 million, kill 2 people?
Well, is it that he's able to
90 years
lower his moral code low enough to make decisions?
I don't think there is a moral code there.
You would never. Like, I don't.
Well, there's a million different criminals that haven't made $100 million and is out of jail.
Yeah,
right
but
now.
maybe those criminals can't lower their morals low enough to make some of these decisions. That maybe he's making some really sinister decisions. If you're stomping a person flat, that's a sinister decision.
But what I'm saying is, like, it's crazy that he's had his reputation he's had for so long since the 80s. He was a shyster boxing promoter.
Oh, they're quoting you in the chat room. Good people don't become ultra wealthy, Tom Ben. I think you're right.
Some people do. If you're
Name one good person that's ultra wealthy. I'm talking
going
to space wealthy.
Right.
I don't know nobody.
I don't either.
Well, I don't know anything. Like, I don't know if
Elon, Bezos.
But I don't know if they're
Bezos' wife.
But are they bad people? I don't know. I don't know if they're good or bad people. I don't know anything about them.
I don't know either.
I don't know if Zuckerberg. I don't know if any of these billionaires.
I don't know if you're a good person or a bad person.
Like
I can't figure you out. You're like a human enigma.
What's the old Bill Gates?
Old Bill Gates.
He's donated.
Merry old soul.
Just because you donate money doesn't mean you're a good person.
Well,
true.
If you donate 90% of your what's his name? What's that guy?
Because his ex-wife would say otherwise.
Buffett, Warren Buffett. He's donated like 95% of his wealth to charity and stuff. Like he seems, you don't care, right? Like as far as money and stuff, he seems like a good person. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know these people. Anyway, let's do another voicemail.
All right, let's try. That one was about celebrities. Let's do. This one's interesting because it has to. Well, here.
Good evening, everyone. I was just trying to figure out why my balls are hurting after a long bike ride this weekend. And then I came across this little article talking about how testicular pain can be a thing after prolonged sexual arousal due to decreased blood flow to the testicles because it went to the penis. So blue balls is apparently a thing, probably because they're blue because they don't have blood flow to them.
He was taking it like, more clinical.
Oh, okay, yeah.
He's saying that we were wrong because I was really dying on the hill of blue balls not being real. Mm-hmm. I still contend it's not real.
No, well, we know
and
that
squirt is pee.
It is a thing. We just said that people exaggerate it and use it for some sort of
manipulate
people. Teens used it. I remember high school guys would use that.
Oh, yeah. Come on, they're gonna explode.
Well, then you take care of it.
You're gonna hurt me. Like you're. Is that gaslighting? I don't know what that is.
It could be a form of that. That's what the song.
Look what you did to me.
You know the song "Do You Really Want to Hurt Me?" Boy George. That's what that song is about. It's about blue balls. A lot of people don't know that. You were a big Boy George fan back in the day, right? What was your favorite? I'll tumble for you.
I saw him live at Hard Rock.
After his voice changed?
It was probably like 5 years ago.
Yeah, his voice has changed.
Longer,
all the drugs, man.
He's really good live.
He is really good. Super soulful, but his voice is different. It hurts my heart because he used to have like a higher pitch, like prettier voice, and then you live rough and. Well, that's what happened.
The only thing I remember about Boy George is the tabloid pictures of him like
picking up trash.
Like on the community service, and that's the problem. Is like when you're doing community
Didn't
service.
see Don King picking up no trash. He killed somebody.
100 million.
Isn't that insane?
Boy George isn't worth 100 million. Boy George is worth. I would be surprised if over 5 million. I mean, what is Boy George worth?
35.
35 million?
Yeah.
Well, he's had to work hard the last couple of years to get his money back. Have you seen the pictures of him picking up trash, Sam? It's awesome.
I think I did a while ago.
Because he's still kind of gothy. Like
Yeah, but he's got no
makeup
on and stuff.
He kind of looks like Lee.
Well, he's a British hooligan.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Here, let me put this up so everybody can laugh at. I like it whenever I want everyone to laugh at Boy George.
Going back to Don King, has there anybody, can you think of anybody that's made more money in a sleazy manner that is not in prison right now than Don King? Like that has a worse reputation.
That's
Hard
a great
question.
That's a good question.
Who's got a worse reputation and has made more money than Don King?
Vladimir Putin.
Yeah, well,
he's the richest man in the world, they say.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I mean, dictator.
Yeah, dictating. Let's take that off play.
I'm just saying that is just like in the public eye, and that, I mean, I guess
sport and entertainment, is that the area you want to go in? So you got to go into like, you got to think about people.
There's probably some like pharmaceutical company owners that have bad. Remember that guy that bought Wu-Tang?
Ghost says Vince McMahon.
No, Vince McMahon is not as a worse reputation than Don King.
Not than Don King. I don't think Vince McMahon stomped somebody to death.
No, but I guess he does steal money from his wrestler.
Well, I mean, like that. Okay, business dealings and arguing whether or not the wrestler got a good deal and whether or not the opposite side of that business is taking advantage of him. Yeah, I mean, of course.
Who has killed somebody?
Yeah, we got to go there.
And is ultra rich. And is
Matthew
no longer in prison.
Matthew Broderick.
Suge Knight. What about
Suge Knight's
Matthew
a good one.
Broderick.
Suge Knight is not worth 100 million. Is he? Matthew Broderick. Matthew Broderick is beloved.
What about? Well, he killed somebody.
Say his name again.
Matthew Broderick.
Yeah, he killed somebody, right?
Yeah, wasn't it a car accident?
What about that really hot girl with the mole on her face?
Mark
with the curly
Wahlberg.
Hair? Did he kill somebody?
Nah,
he almost did. He gave him brain damage. He has to pay his bills for the rest of his life.
No, you got to kill somebody.
He's got a good reputation.
What about Brandy? She killed somebody.
It's by accident. When you're stomping someone, you know.
It was an accidental stomp.
Right.
I was stomping. I didn't know you were there.
So, what's Suge Knight worth?
Caitlyn Jenner.
Suge Knight.
I bet he's worth $75 million.
You got a guess, Tom?
It's got to be. Because there's. I'm going 15.
It says he was worth over $100 million at his peak, but there's no actual. His net worth reported that Suge Knight's net worth has dropped down to $200,000 over the years.
Yeah, that's about right.
A lot due to poor financial management. He owed the IRS $6.5 million in taxes.
And then he was on that set.
$200,000.
Remember,
he was worth $100 million.
Man,
he was on a set of a video or a movie in a car. Do you remember this? And Suge Knight was in the car, and then some guy confronted it, or something happened, and he peeled out. Suge Knight was driving away from the set and ran over a dude. Look that up.
Oh yeah.
That was 5 years ago or something.
He went to jail for that again.
I think he did. Yeah.
I saw in some TikTok video Suge Knight getting out of jail. They picked him up in a limo.
Sentenced to 28 years for that.
Yeah. Did he kill the guy there?
Is he still in jail?
I would assume so. This happened in
he's still in jail.
2015.
Snoop Dogg's got a new show that is ridiculousness, but it's uncensored. And then he had Jim Jeffries and then another comedian sit with him, and then they just watch uncensored videos of people peeing.
Internet videos.
Yeah, but it's uncensored. It's people peeing, people pooping, and then Snoop is just curse crazy and smoking weed, and they're all talking, and he's hanging out, and it's just better.
What is that?
So ridiculousness, checkmate. You are done. Snoop he's the king. It's called. It's Crime Pays or something. It's some dumb
Crime Pays.
It's Crime Pays or
Dumb Criminal.
Yeah, it's something about dumb criminal.
Oh no, So Dumb It's Criminal.
So Dumb It's Criminal.
Yeah,
That's what it is.
It's on Peacock. Yeah.
Yeah, it's on Peacock, uncensored. Peacock's going all uncensored now. They're doing
they gotta
YouTube.
compete.
Yeah, they got to compete.
And they got money.
It's funny though because if you're gonna watch ridiculousness, you might as well get funnier people, better stars. I mean, Jim Jeffries is out there for Christ's sake.
Yeah. That is. Although
they got what's his name? Carmen's friend does the black guy is very calm. He does that podcast about You'll Be Okay.
Ron Funches.
He's on
Dion
there.
Cole.
Yeah, he's
Lonnie
got
Love.
Yeah, he's doing it right. He's
Jay Farrow, Godfrey.
Yeah, here's what you do. You go and
Russell
you get
Peters.
really good, funny comedians and then do the show uncensored and way better. Yeah. Because they did a video where a guy was being arrested and he was going number one straight up onto his own forehead.
I've seen that one.
Yeah, and Snoop's like, hey, what kind of D you gotta have to pee in your face? He was doing the whole thing, and me and Andrew are way better than the ridiculousness. Way better.
Now, I can't watch that with my sons.
No, you can't. And I was gonna warn you. You absolutely cannot, because they are obsessed with pee-pee on the show. This show was all pee-pee. It was people peeing in the back of the car, in the front of the car.
I mean, how are you going to compete with that?
You can't.
Yeah.
Because Snoop, everyone likes Snoop. And I'm sorry, Rob Dyrdek, you've done a really good job. And Tom and I have said that you have increased your comedy. You've worked hard. You've got little sets and little bits that you do. And I think you do a good job. But you just don't have the X factor that Snoop has.
You got to hang up that flat
When
brim.
people see Snoop, they smile.
Yeah.
Snoop is a tall, old, black Cupid doll like Gerber Baby. When people see Snoop, no matter who they are, they're happy. They're like, Snoop Dogg, yes. You get excited about Snoop.
I saw on TikTok Snoop Dogg was on, it may have been The Breakfast Club. I have no idea, but there was a lady that was asking him.
He's everywhere.
Yeah.
There's a lady.
It's almost too much. I love Snoop Dogg, but it's almost too much.
It's always been too much. He's been doing pornos, doing a show with David Beckham.
True.
He's playing baseball. It's like, dude, when do you just enjoy? When do you just enjoy?
There was some clip of her. She was like, "What would you say?" And radio people do that move all the time. It's like, "What would you say about people?" Like you're saying that.
Yeah,
What would you say?
It's like if I hated Sam's shirt, I'd say, What would you say to someone who thinks your shirt makes you look horrible?
It's like, you're thinking
loaded question.
You're deflecting. Anyway, she was saying that, like, what would you say about people that are saying that your lyrics in the past,
using the word bitches for females.
Negatively depict women, blah, 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 blah. And then he just looked at her and he's like, F them hoes.
Yeah.
And I was like, because I couldn't, because now you can't tell if TikTok videos are real or if they just edited it, they make them funny. So I'm like, did he really say that? And I'm like, wow. Like, like either doesn't care or like
you gotta keep a street cred.
Yeah, I mean, it's a joke, right?
Yeah. But you think like the more now he's doing more popular shows and stuff like that he like calm down.
Yeah, but if they let him curse, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right, bye. Welcome to A Corporate Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Tom.
I am Dan. We are live on Twitch right now, twitch.tv/Tom and Dan Live. Basically, just go to Twitch, type in Tom and Dan Live. We are here Monday through Friday live from right around 10:30 a.m. till, I want to say, around 3 p.m. every single Monday through Friday, and we'd love it if you join us. And you can find all of those shows. I edit them at the end of the day and put them on YouTube. Again, just search Tom and Dan Live.
Yep, and you can listen to audio only if you don't have to watch.
I got to show you this. This is really, really neat. Let me see if I can find this. I had a gentleman reach out to me on the old social medias, and he was in a Tesla. And Tesla comes standard with Twitch, the app, loaded on there. And he had us on his big... like 20-inch screen in the Tesla, and he's driving around. He's
That's
like,
not distracting.
It's
at all.
awesome. Well, I think you can only do it when you're sitting. I don't think you're, unless you've jailbroken it in some way. I don't think you're allowed to just be driving down the road watching movies. But it was pretty neat. And he said, like, I watch you guys and listen to you that way. So I think that's really, really cool. So I think you can, even if you're in a Tesla, I believe that you can do audio only, and you can catch us live in your Tesla. So that's really neat.
Man, there's so much technology. I hope I'm still alive to utilize.
You won't be able to use it. You
But
can't
what do you
even
want?
figure out the computer.
What technology do you want? Like, what do you see now that when you see it, you're like, man, I hope I get to do that.
Sex helmet.
Well, I like.
Well, we have that now.
Pretty
I mean,
much.
like, you can just go strap on your VR goggles.
I need to bring that home.
No.
Well, just do it here. Don't take it home. Just do it here. Put a sock on the door.
I can't do it here.
Why not? I'll just leave.
No,
it's fine.
No, I can't know.
I won't know. Just say you got some paperwork
You'll
to do.
know.
No, I won't know.
If you see me, okay.
I'm never going to think of it again. You just say, like, I'm going to work late. I'll be like, all right. And then if I drive by, I see the sock on the door. I'm like, oh, he must only be wearing one sock.
You'll know. You'll see me come here on the weekends, and you'll be like, oh, he's
doing it.
Yeah. Then you look at the camera.
Every time the alarm system goes off and notifies my phone, I look at it, and I think it's you coming to masturbate. Every single time.
I know you do.
It's always the fish guy.
I know what you're thinking.
He came last night, the fish guy. It's always the fish guy. He was in there filling up the tank.
Oh, you know what? Okay, let's talk about something before we start. This
Whenever
serious.
you go,
We started already. I don't know.
Whenever you're like, okay, this is serious, I get a little scared.
Okay.
I am the worst client to our garbage men. And
your home garbage or
the home garbage men that come and take the garbage from
What
my
do you
house.
do to them?
I
you
always
yell
have
obscenities out
no.
there?
It's just my I look down the street and I started noticing like other people's garbage
is organized.
And there's just two cans and then like the recycling, right? And then every single time, both days, like on Tuesday and it happened again, it's gonna happen again tonight. I always have multiple different sized garbage cans.
Why?
Well, because
you can change this. You can
we
go
produce too much, but I can't change. That's the problem.
Yeah, you can.
And then
you're not producing trash. You're living in trash, and you need to gut that house, the garage. Just gut it.
What's in your trash?
Okay.
Everything from the garage that he only holds on to for 6 months and then he puts it out as trash.
So in the past, 3 weeks, there's been an insane amount of cardboard and styrofoam and plastic trash
that's
from
from
our
the Airbnb. Yeah.
And then I take it home and then I try to squish it together so that the guy
never squish it together, spread it apart.
No, but they don't I try to make it organized, but I just can't. I don't have time to do as much as I'm not bundling it in some sort of twine.
You're supposed to bundle it and then wrap it in that that same twine that you tie up chicken legs with.
And then I constantly just have I don't have my trash in trash bags a lot of the times.
Why? You just throw it in the yard?
No, I just dump it in the can.
Oh,
and there's
you're a jerk.
You don't use a liner? Why not?
And then there's so many of my smoothie cups that are on top, and then
the smoothie remnants are getting everywhere.
And then it's just
and you said that your guys still pick it up by hand, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah,
that's
all by hand.
Traditionalist.
And there's constantly I sneak in kids' toys and construction bric-a-brac and
I do that too.
Anyway, it's so bad that I keep forgetting to tip them. I want to just give them money.
Well, it's only holidays.
No, well now I owe them for.
That's gonna be weird, dude.
What do you mean?
You don't just give.
I have to wait for them now.
You don't give your trash man money when it's not a holiday. That's gonna look weird.
No, well, I have to give them money and apologize and be like, I'm sorry.
They're going to be like, for what? Like, what's going on?
No,
they'll say, can you just do it the right way?
Yeah.
We don't want your $5. Sir.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I'm giving them 20 each.
No, 20 each ain't going to cut it.
What do you mean?
They'd rather you just do what everybody else does and stop being a pain in their ass.
No, I think there's other trash people like me. We've had them call in. There are other...
I mean, there are, but they're also terrible people.
Yeah, but they are not thinking about how bad they feel that they're doing it to these people.
So you're better than them.
Yeah, I'm way better.
You're the better trash.
Okay. I try to be better trash. I can't be anything different. If I'm I can't
That's
not
a good
be trash.
shirt. Be better trash.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna
instead of try harder, do better. It's just be better trash.
But now it's I can never catch them at the time. I got to take the kids to
Andrea's
school.
in the chat room really getting you. She's like, mark it. He said $20 because she doesn't believe you. She says you're going to cheap out. Then when it comes time to give them, you give them $5.
No, I'm at 20 each. I'm going to get I have to stand out there. I have to get $100.
Hey, wear
I don't know how many there are.
Dress in a suit too.
No, I don't need to do it. I'm just going to wave them down and just give everybody 20 and be like,
wave
I'm sorry.
them down. You're not going to wave them down. You've never waved down anybody. You're too afraid to wave people down.
I'm just going to stand because now
I'm
just going to stay by the street.
I'm hiding from them.
No, you know what you need to do? You need to dress. You need to be in the can when they come together.
Pop out with the 20.
And then you pop like ooga booga, and then you're like, surprise!
I've seen the America's Funniest Home video. They're going to punch my face in the scarecrow. Everybody's seen it. Anyway, so that's what I'm going to do.
You're just going to stand by the trash with like three $20 bills. This is for you.
Do you see your trash men?
I do.
I don't.
I talk to my guys. I'm like, what's up, guys?
Mine always come while I'm here, so I never see them.
Every once in a while, I see them.
And you hide from them, don't you?
Well, now I do because I don't have the 20s. I have to remember to get the 20s.
That's him. Get him. What do you think you do?
No, because they see me and they're like, that's that MF.
Mother.
Yeah. That has too much garbage.
Again, he cares too much about what people think about
but
him. They're not even thinking
about
you,
It's not even
dude.
real. They don't even know you live there, dude. They're only concerned about your wife's big old Daytons.
No.
They don't care about you.
No one has the accumulation of trash that I have.
What's going on over there?
Too much. Because Crystal's constantly buying stuff on Amazon, and then I constantly am throwing out stuff, and then there's the Airbnb and the other show stuff. I have all those cups.
He brought in a giant box. I'm like, what is that? He's like, these are my cups. And I'm like, what?
They were True Leaf cups from some event that we had in the storage unit. I brought all the stuff in the storage unit to my garage.
Why?
And because I had to get it out of there, and then I started
throw it away.
Well, I've been slowly throwing it away, and that's the problem.
Fastly throw it away.
No, but there's too much cups.
Why?
There's 5 years of Beer Fest cups.
My God, man.
Why do we order so many?
Well, every year I think it's going to be more popular. It's less
not. It's less popular.
We're losing BDMs left and right.
I know.
And then I have to tell the head sponsor. I'm like, we gave away 1,200 cups.
But really, they're just in your garage.
Oh my God.
This is what there was a guy that my dad was always
free.
My dad was always battling this one guy as a salesman. There was this gentleman that would always win president staff. So when my dad was selling books, he would sell tax guides and different different books to CPAs and accountants. And if you sold the most books, you got this thing called President Staff, which was like a trip and like all expense paid to Hawaii and this like all kinds of crazy stuff. Where there was this guy that was like traditionally battling with my dad. Well, then for like the next couple quarters, it was like the dude was always getting him, right? Like always beating him, always consistently beating him. My dad's like, this mother effer beat me again. And my dad's stressed out, bleeding blood, crying under my mom's piano, stressed out, thinking he's going to be fired. They're making my territory smaller. How can I feed my family? Like all these things that I would hear, And then my dad did a little bit of digging. And this dude was buying his own books using different accounts and then sending everything to a warehouse and stashing it so he could win President Staff and appear that he was a success to his family. And then my dad pulled the rug out from under him and he lost everything. And it made my dad so happy.
Wouldn't it be counterintuitive to his bottom line of he's buying his own product?
Right. He wasn't buying it with his own money. He was like figuring out a way to use other funds from other means.
Money laundering.
Yeah, it was like a very, very, very crooked thing. But my dad was so happy when he found it. He's like, I am still a good salesman.
If you were like 10 away from your bonus and it was cheaper to buy the books, then you get more for your bonus, like it makes sense mathematically just to buy
do it.
Yeah. Anyway, I gotta tip these guys because it's real bad.
20 ain't gonna cut it. When's the next holiday? Like big holiday we got rolling around?
Mother's Day.
No, you can't do
Father's Day.
You can do Father's Day.
4th of July.
4th of July. 4th of July. There's your in. Red, white, and blue package of beer.
But
the White Claw. Get that new Mike's Hard Lemonade, red, white, blue, pink pack.
What about the idea that it means more on not a holiday, like
your wife says about flowers?
yeah. Like they're not expecting it, and then it's going to mean more.
That's a decent.
But then you got to double down on holidays, right? Because if you're giving them on a random Tuesday,
20 on a Tuesday, it's got to be a hundo on the Christmas.
Then I'll go back to the standard 12-pack of beer.
But you don't do
anything. Then you revert.
But he doesn't do. You don't do anything. You've never tipped your garbage people.
I have one year. A long time ago. It was a long time ago.
2013.
But I forget. I have good intentions. I just forget. Does that still count?
No.
No.
Because we only know of your intentions when you tell us. You need to wear a shirt that says, I have good intentions.
Yeah. I wish there was some sort, because I'll remember in the middle of the day and be like, I need to do that. And then I'll write it down, I'll email myself. But then at the next morning when they're there, I'm like, oh, didn't get the money. It happens every single day.
Then just walk out there and be like, gosh, I didn't get the money. Does it still count? And see what they say.
Next voicemail.
Let's try this one.
Hey guys, I was listening to the Twitch show on Tuesday, and you're talking about birthdays and what moves the needle, what gets you excited. And I think I'm in the same boat as Tom because usually if I want something, I'll just buy it myself. But the things that would really move the needle are too big to ask for. I feel like I would feel guilty asking my wife to spend that much or go through that much effort. Because, maybe it's a big trip somewhere or something like that. So, I'll let her plan whatever she wants to do. All that matters to me, really, is that, she put in the effort and she's being considerate and really, wants to make sure I have a good day. So, in turn, usually I'll just accept what she wants to plan, assuming it is something that I enjoy, but I'm not going to it's not a big deal. It's just yes, I appreciate the effort. Thank you so much. We're going to have a good day, but it's not enough for me to get, amped up about. And it sounds like that's probably where Tom's at too.
Y'all are miserable.
It's fine. Everything's fine. We're going to have a good day. But I bet you if Crystal were to get the boys pints, One Wheels, even though the gift is for the boys and not Tom, it'd probably be one of the better gifts that Tom's ever gotten for his birthday. Thanks. Love the show.
Love you too, buddy. Thanks for your message. Yeah, I agree. I agree. I think it all like the best gift Andrea ever got me was getting me and Maisie that water park deal and that awesome room at the Four Seasons. That was the best thing. You could give me anything that I've had on a list of things that I actually want, and it will never top her getting that for me in May because it was what it was just like a awesome surprise that we could do together.
Yeah, what would move the needle for me would be something I'm too cheap to buy and something that my wife doesn't want me to have. And then I would be surprised because,
Right.
the ridiculous stuff that I do want is way too expensive, and I would instantly get buyer's remorse if I bought it myself. And so then if Crystal bought it for me, I would be like, whoa, like this.
What if we bought it for you? Because I thought about buying right after my mother died. I went through a generous phase where I was like, I'm just gonna buy him a one wheel. If I'd have bought it for you, it would be weird, right? Because I'm not in your family, and you'd feel like I did it in some way to hold power over you.
Yeah,
right?
that would have worked. It would have worked. I would have been like, I owe this guy now.
Would you have been okay with it, or would you be upset about it?
No.
Because I'm going to use company money. I'm not going to use my money.
Yeah, no, I'd be okay. Because then I'd be like, all right, he did it. And then
you'd be like, there's no going back.
And I would be, you could bribe me easily. Anybody could bribe me. If someone gave me $1,000, I, in my mind, would be nice to that person forever.
Wow.
That's it? Just $1,000.
But you don't, guess what, guys? Pro tip, you don't have to give Tom $1,000 because he can't be mean to people.
That's true.
So,
well, no, he can, just secretly, only with us.
That's true. This morning, he's getting him good.
Yeah. He'll get you good behind.
No, if you bribe me or do something nice for me, I will remember it, and then I feel like I owe you something. Now, whether or not I do anything about it is different.
Most of the time,
again, so you get nothing.
Right.
It's just intent.
No, but if you ask, if someone, I remember favors and things that people have done for me, and
we forgot to do that one thing that lady asked you to do that you agreed to.
We got to do that today.
Yeah, we got to do that today.
I wasn't privy on that.
I know. Well, this guy, they messaged me and Tom, and he's like, "Sure, we can totally do it." And I'm like, "Whoa!" And
now, I don't feel as bad about that one because in my scales of justice in my head, I don't owe that person a favor. Right. So it's like one of those things. But if I owe someone, if they've done me a favor, like for instance, I've got a gas and solar man.
Oh, no.
I have used a lot of favors. I say solar. He's just in my phone as gas and solar because he does pool heaters.
Yeah.
Anyway, he's my pool heater guy.
Okay, I thought you meant full-blown scam solar.
No. He's my pool heater guy, and I owe him a tremendous amount of favors.
Oh, man, you're going to be over there eating the spoon one day. You'll be over there, like, hey, remember?
I just asked him for another one the other day for my wife. He had a pool heater question.
Does it end? Do the favors dry up?
I keep saying, I'm like, man, I owe you a bunch of favors. And he's like,
what does he say?
He's like, it's all, he's a super nice guy. He's like, it's all good. I owe Tommy Gilligan a bunch of favors.
One day on your deathbed, I will come to you.
Bracken, the electrician, a bunch of favors.
Sounds like you're just a bad person.
No.
You're just
they have equity in the favors that I owe.
What if that's worthless? Because what if you can provide nothing? You know what I mean?
No, I can provide something. They know that what I'm good for, and
what are you good for?
What am I good for? Absolutely nothing. Say it again.
No.
Tom. What is
He's good for digging holes. We know that.
No, I know a lot of people. I got some pool in this town. If they need some,
you have pool in this town.
Maybe my pool heater guy. He's like, listen, I started a new company. Can you give me some free advertising?
Hold on a second. I'm gonna dry that up then. I'm gonna say I'm not gonna sign off on free advertising anymore.
No, well now a lot of it's through social, so that I can do it myself. The times have changed. It doesn't even have to. In fact, what we say on the show doesn't even matter.
We can't have our guests. We have guests that just walked in. We can't have them come in because I farted up this room.
Why would you do that?
Out in here now, guys. Stay out there. Oh my God!
Why would you say that?
I'm an honest person, and you
don't have to. But being an honest person, they didn't ask you.
Much like you, I carry a lot of weight in this town, and I like to tell real movers and shakers in this town tell people that they fart. Yeah, he cranked one too. I love it. Yeah,
this is a hostile work environment.
It's a fart party.
That's what I said.
We're having a fart party.
File the complaint.
To Mo?
To Butler. Butler's the new HR guy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
Butler, they started a new company.
He got out while it was good.
Oh, man. Butler and Jolly have a podcast. If they had, oh my God, that'd be good. Butler and Jolly. Star Wars podcast.
All right. Should we take a break?
No, we should not. Let's do another voicemail. Let's just keep it going.
Right.
This one's interesting because if what this guy's saying is true, I am putting money in Big Pepsi's pocket.
I'm listening to my terrible voicemail from Thursday's ACT about Pepsi. I am sorry, I was definitely inebriated at that point in time. That's why he got the veto and didn't know what I was talking about, really. What I was trying to get at, basically, is Pepsi does.
Now when people mumble on the show, they call it a veto. And I feel like it's crazy. It's just crazy. We have our own language.
Make their breadwinner isn't Pepsi, it's Mountain Dew. And we make everything at the Swiss Pack thing, not just special flavors. We make Pepsi, everything. We distribute it in the local area of the Midwest here, at least when I used to work there. But yeah, what I was trying to get at, Pepsi doesn't make their money on Pepsi. They make their money on Mountain Dew. I mean, we all know that, I guess. But
did you know that?
I thought that Pepsi was their main selling brand.
That's what I thought too.
So Mountain Dew is?
I don't think this guy's accurate. Sorry, sir, but
he works in the industry, right?
I see more Mountain Dew being consumed.
Yeah,
but I'm
too.
with Tom in thinking that there's no way globally that Mountain Dew outsells Pepsi. But I'm sure we could find that answer.
Yes, you're right. I do see more Mountain Dew being drank, but
it's also in a bright green bottle too. You know what I mean?
But they also have different varieties.
And in every like fast food restaurant and other restaurants, they rarely have Mountain Dew as an option. It's always Pepsi.
Yeah,
unless you're like
Taco
Coke.
Bell will have Mountain Dew. That's about the only one I know of. The Amalie Arena in Tampa, they're Pepsi. They're sponsored by Pepsi.
According to therichest.com, the number one most sold Pepsi company product is Pepsi Cola, followed by Mountain Dew.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah. You know, now maybe in Florida,
that's a Mountain Dew talk.
It's different because I feel like we consume more Mountain Dew in Florida than like the Midwest. Like Florida is a Mountain Dew people.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like they have those. Like type in, just out of curiosity, which state drinks the most Mountain Dew?
It's got to be Florida
or Georgia. Well, no. Once you get up into the other southern states, they have their own like weirdo southern like sodas, like Squirt.
Yeah, Kentucky.
Yeah. Kentucky. Oh, edged us out.
Yeah. I forgot about Kentucky.
Yeah, Kentucky, birthplace of Mountain Dew. Birthplace.
Kentucky used to have, I feel like, a worse, stereotype than it does now. I feel like very rare people talk ass about Kentucky. And when I grew up,
I don't know anything. When I think of Kentucky, when I hear Kentucky, I think Kentucky, and then I think turkey. For some, I don't know. I don't know anything about Kentucky.
Like the Kentucky Derby,
Kentucky Fried Chicken
helped the stereotype. I feel because the Kentucky Derby is like rich people. You know what I'm saying? Like
that and like bourbon.
Yeah,
Kentucky bourbon.
I think like Blanton's.
But it used to be like it was the podunk redneck. Like,
now everybody does like
Kentucky.
Whiskey tours and bourbon tours up there.
They've fixed their brand a lot since the 80s and 90s. Kentucky, I'm telling you, used to be hillbilly town.
Which they still are, by the way.
Oh, definitely.
East Kentucky.
Yeah,
without a doubt.
But Florida's gotten worse. Anyway.
Oh,
yeah. Let's take a quick break. We'll be right back with more Corporate Time. Welcome back to a Corporate Time. We've got beer.
Yeah, we do. We've got, I like that. We've got beer here. I like beer.
Hourglass Brewing is here. How you guys doing?
Great.
Very good.
Great.
Very good.
Wonderful.
We're here to talk about Cinco de Mayo, which is crazy that it's already Cinco de Mayo, by the way. I don't want to sound like an old man, but how the hell is it Cinco de Mayo already 2022?
Oh, we've got cold beverages.
Yes. So we brought 3 different beers. We brought one of them that is the Margs on Deck, which is going to be released tomorrow or today, but we also have a treatment of that and then 2 other beers that are going to be releasing.
And what did you say?
It's a Margarita Goza.
And what's it called?
Margs on Deck.
Margs on Deck.
Yes.
A Margarita Goza.
Yes.
Goza beer?
Yes. Grab one.
All right.
How does that work?
No. The last one. That one's 2 million bees. That's a double New England IPA.
2 million bees. Wait a minute. We used to have anger bees in our bellies from. All right. I'm trying this.
Margarita Goza sounds like a haunted painting.
I can see that. Yeah.
You're like, watch out, Margarita Goza.
Margs on Deck. Check out the can artwork on that too. It's ridiculously clean and cool. All right, let's try this. I'm going in.
So explain to me what it means.
Yeah, we're gonna need some information because if not, we're just gonna say it's a margarita Goza and move on.
Beer.
It's beer. Well, it's gonna have like some tartness to it. So Goza typically has like salt, like Himalayan salts or different kind of salts in it. And then we added lime. We don't use any extract, so all of those flavors are natural flavors. So you get that lime, you get that. Yeah.
Andrea will love that.
Yes.
That is
I'll get her some. Don't you worry.
She loves beers that have a little bitterness or maybe like a sour kind of to them. That's so refreshing. Look at this guy.
Yeah.
Look at his eyes. Your eyes are bright white right now. What happened to you?
It
He's awake now.
It tastes more like a margarita than a beer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
right?
it's lovely.
But it has the beer. Yeah, that's great.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, I'm gonna drinking hard water.
What do you think of that, Sam? That's
good.
That's good,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. So this is
I've been
Mark's
getting
on
into the
deck.
sours lately.
A fruited sour ale. I love it. Yeah, Andrea will definitely drink the hell out of this one.
Well, let her know. I'll get her some. It's refreshing, and it has like you get the tartness that you want from a sour, but it finishes pretty clean. It has that saltiness.
You also get. I was gonna say you also get the salt, which is like I've had to come around to that. I've always been a margarita guy. I always go margarita on the rocks, no salt.
Yeah.
Because I like to taste the tequila.
Yes.
But I think as I've gotten older, I need the salt now because I got those old man buds. My old man taste bud. I need more hot sauce, more salt, more fat. Give me more because my tongue is dying.
Yes. Yep. I hear that. And then there's like agave nectar too, so it has a little touch of sweetness.
That's super good. What is this gonna blast my shoes off or?
And it's only I think 6.5%, so it's not too high.
That's a sneaky 6.5.
It is a sneak, which is dangerous because it's very drinkable and you can drink it pretty much all day. It's an all day drinker.
That's going down fast.
Yeah.
I didn't drink last night because I was like, I gotta get my life together.
I'm
like, Daniel's not doing it. I can do it.
But
You're
how much
stronger than Daniel.
But how much better do you feel? Like I've had 3 sips and I'm like,
this morning I was like, I texted my wife. I was like, see, baby, I could do it. I'm like, I feel great.
Man,
I'm like,
there might be an issue.
You need to start drinking during the day.
Yeah, because now when I had that one sip, I'm like,
Hourglass Brewing right there.
Invincible.
like a Goza.
I am margarita.
I was gonna bring tequila, guys. So
This is unbelievable.
Yeah, that is a tasty damn beer, and this is out now.
Yep, it'll be out today.
Okay,
today.
And then, and then we're doing a treatment on it. What are you adding to it, Joe? Our
Still
taproom
yet
manager.
to be decided, but
I think mangoes. Or something spicy. I don't know.
It'd probably be something spicy.
All right.
Okay.
Something
Fit the,
spicy.
fit the vibe.
All right, I like that.
Habaneros.
So, before we move on with other beers, for those that are listening that haven't been to Hourglass, like you guys have a compound.
Yeah, let's talk about the setup. I was thinking about that when I went to the restroom. I was like thinking about like what haven't we said about it because I think some of our listeners don't understand that you guys have compound is a good word.
Yeah.
It's a facility. Like it's not a bar. It's not a brewery. It's a facility. It's an experience.
That's what catches most people right away is just the size of the place.
Yeah.
I mean, you get in there and it's over 240 seats. Like we've got enough space to have.
But it's not
anything
intimidating.
Yeah.
But there's
axe throwing
stuff to do. Yeah.
Well,
pinball machines.
We pulled the axe throwing, but that space will be utilized for something else. But we have that unique space.
Idiot.
That's gonna be. It's gonna be the pinata room for Cinco de Mayo.
No, that's perfect.
So, and then we're thinking of putting something else.
Who
in
likes
there.
axe throwing? I was like, throw an axe. Oh, who cares?
You can. You still can. If you,
okay.
but it's bring your own axe. I'll have some liability sheets printed out. Don't worry, HR's approved.
I mean, you want to do it, you don't want to do it. Whatever you want.
Whoa. There's still room. I mean,
That's what I'm saying. Like, you bring an axe.
done.
You could open the back door and just throw it.
I hated it anyway. Wait, you still like it? I like it too.
Love it. I overheard talking about how you're just too nice.
This is your fault. You brought me alcohol.
Don't victim blame.
You're blaming Lola for getting you drunk.
He's had 2 sips. What is
If I had $1 for anyone,
not the first time.
I was gonna say I have a knack for getting people drunk.
But the 2 sip, it's like it primes the there's alcohol in my molecules, and there's
molecules.
but it's laying dormant, and like all of a sudden
I got dormant alcohol in me molecules. What the hell are you talking
when I have
about?
2 sips, it activates,
Yeah.
and then I feel it all over. I'm sorry.
I did spike everyone's with tequila.
Yeah. Hey,
Just
if you want to get your molecules feeling good, you gotta head on down to Hourglass.
Yes.
No axes. Pinatas only.
So let's talk about pinatas.
Yes.
Because you have two types. So
Yep.
adult pinata and for the kids.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know what you were talking about there.
What's in the adult pinata?
So
Hopefully, I'm not in the adult. It's not I'm not gonna. You don't want me to be inside the pinata, dude.
Like a new Daniel Fulton.
They break it. There's just nothing in it. Oh, look, stand.
It's just a naked baby.
They just run away.
45-year-old naked baby
I
dad.
love it. I love it. I can't even think straight now.
I'm sorry.
It's just the 2 sips too. It's my molecules.
I'm telling you, it activates the molecules. There's gotta be science.
I have to put this aside because me too is making my eyeballs wobble.
Andrea said she's about to walk over here and get it. She wants one.
She should.
Yeah.
Andrea,
Yes.
walk over here
Yes,
and
come
get
get
this damn
some.
beer. It's so good, man.
gosh.
And this is her style to a T. It's if you could make a
Perfect.
beer for Andrea, because Andrea hates margaritas but likes the taste.
This is perfect.
She just doesn't want a margarita.
How does
is
that
so
work out?
perfect.
You
I
hate
don't
margaritas,
understand.
but it tastes like
The tequila.
I'll
Some
give you
people
another
don't like
one.
tequila.
Don't judge.
I'll give you another one. She likes everything pickled except for cucumbers.
But
How does that work out?
Andrea,
Pickled onions, capers, anything pickled. Pickled corn, pickled
She don't like
tomato.
actual pickles?
She won't.
does she like cucumbers? I mean, it doesn't taste anything
she
like
hates
a cucumber.
cucumbers,
Okay.
but
So maybe that's the
she's like,
texture and it's the idea.
But she's
of
like,
a
I hate
cucumber.
pickles, and I'm like, but I'm like, you're eating like pickled, you're eating capers, like
Yeah.
baby pickles. You're eating pickled red onion, like it's everything.
Yeah,
It's just
and
vinegar.
It's vinegar. Then,
Right.
yeah, so
And-
the
and-
flavor
and
is
sugar.
still similar.
I like the way you grab your tray and said that I hate pickles.
Yeah, I love pickles, but
yeah.
she absolutely hates them.
That's so funny. Like,
Come get the beer, baby.
Let's talk mariachi bands.
Okay.
Yes,
Because you
yes.
guys have a mariachi band.
Yes.
They're hard to find.
yeah,
Did we
Brett said
figure
that.
out what's in the
I know every
pinata?
single
We're moving
mariachi.
on.
Gift card.
I said
Dan.
they're hard to find. He goes,
Right past
I know every mariachi.
Well, you know several.
But the Cinco de Mayo.
But how did you land on this one? Did you have like a mariachi
So,
off?
I used to have a Disney pass way back in the day, and I used to go to see the mariachi band there because I love mariachi music.
Oh, mariachi
And-
cobre.
Yep, mariachi cobra. Mac Cruz was in that band. He is now retired. He started a new band, but the whole story behind that was I was there almost every single day, and they finally come up to me like, "Who the hell are you? You're here every day." Like, and I'm like,
guys,
"Oh yeah."
those guys listen to the guys that still play out at Epcot. They are
They're rad.
They're the best. And
Yeah.
Andrew and I go there, and they are listeners. In fact, they're like, we have your magnets on our lockers. Like at the like they are like they listen to our
Yeah, yeah,
podcast, and I go out there, and they are phenomenal. In fact, I wanted them to play my 45th. Birthday, but with everything happening, weren't able to do it. Maybe on my 50th,
There you
I'll
go.
be able to get like my favorite mariachi band. They've won
Get with
Grammys.
Brett.
Yeah.
Those guys have
Yeah,
legitimately
they're
won
phenomenal
Grammys.
musicians. Phenomenal musicians.
Yeah.
Like, if you ever get to go out there and just talk to them, they're like the sweetest men.
So
like,
we're getting a variation of that at Hourglass.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dude, that's top tier.
That's
That-
awesome.
You do know mariachi band. He started throwing down his resume. I'm like, holy crap, this guy knows his stuff.
My favorite is when the smallest guy plays the big.
big- yeah.
He's the smallest. He plays the biggest. Anyway,
It's funny.
I'm drunk. The molecule slowed down.
Oh no! Take another sip.
Right?
Activate.
I'm glad he didn't start with the 2 million bees because that's 8%.
Oh, okay. Let's talk about that. Like, what
2
is-
million bees.
2 million bees. So that's one of our flagship beers. It's all over distribution, and it is made with honey, so real orange blossom honey. It has a nice sweetness to it, which is another reason it's a very dangerous beer because it's so approachable and it goes down really smooth, finishes off really nice. It's my favorite beer. When I used to before I started working at Hourglass, I would walk in and Joe would just hand me the beer because he knew that's what I would want.
Well, let's drink some 2 million bees.
Yeah, all right,
Crack
yeah,
them open.
crack it open.
All right.
It is so good.
You
It's,
and many other customers.
oh yeah, absolutely.
Many
It
others.
is.
Again, I love y'all's artwork, man.
Thank you. It's not me, but Bill. He's our creative director, and he does.
Well,
all
well
the
done,
artwork.
Bill.
Thank
This
you.
is
Yeah, he's
beautiful, and
awesome.
it's like it's cool because you guys are given ample space to the actual art, and then
Yes.
at the bottom you have like this really clean, like nice little. I'm a sucker for the way that you guys are doing things. That
Yes.
just looks so clean and nice, right? It should
Yeah,
just
yeah.
be presented properly. So I'm gonna crack this, and then I'm just gonna pull it and hand it to you, buddy.
Hey, I was just going to share Daniel's. We're We're brothers.
We both
at
have
this point.
COVID, so it's
Oh, so we all do too.
Yeah, the new one.
Perfect with the new one.
They say it's fast. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's your style,
good.
buddy.
Yeah.
That's a Tom Van beer
And
right there.
I love hops. I like dank flavors, but this one has like such great subtle hops and it has such a clean, beautiful, crisp taste. And
It'll make
again,
that one will make you talk to your plants.
Yes,
buddy.
that
You
will
need-
make you talk to your
A couple of those outside. You got your bandana on, you're surveying your plants, walking around your pool.
Yep.
Yeah, the honey. I taste the honey too.
Yeah.
Is delicious.
It is very, very good.
So now, when you're brewing these, how far back do you have to schedule like the brewing process? Like,
Just depends on what you're looking at. Lagers are, for how simple they look in a glass, they are going to take a lot longer than an IPA, like a single IPA, or even a porter or something like that. Like those don't need as much time. Yeast has a lot to do with that. And there's a lot of other factors as well, but typically lagers will be like one of the ones you got to plan kind of far in advance for. You know what I mean?
Good job, Joe.
Really?
Thanks, Brett.
For some reason, I would think like that would be the easiest beer.
That's what everybody thinks.
Yeah.
It's a common misconception.
And then people
for sure.
start crushing them too,
Oh,
which
yeah.
doesn't really help the idea
No.
of like if this beer tastes, well, it tastes great, but if this beer takes longer to make, I'm drunk now too. A couple of sips.
Well, now you have the 8% too.
If it takes longer and
Yeah.
guys are crushing them because like, oh no, I'll just do I hear that a lot. I'll just do a lager, and I'm like, well, hold on a second,
And that's
do
that
some
one.
of the other stuff.
Yeah.
That's our Wolf Shirt lager right there. We actually
Yep, we brought that. That's our.
so 2 Million and Wolf Shirt. Those are our top two beers, like far and away. Not that all the beers aren't great, but those two by far are our most popular. And Wolf
I
Shirt,
have a Wolf shirt.
And
We're working on one.
Yeah, we're working on designing it and we'll talk about that another time. But for 4th of July, we're gonna get like a wolf shirt. Ask about my wolf, and you lift it up. It's one of those cool
double-sided.
double-sided. Because we've had this beer for how long, Brent? We haven't had a wolf shirt. I'm just kidding. It's a touchy
going on
subject.
4 years.
But was that the idea to have the beer and never the shirt? Because if you have the shirt, like maybe the circle completes.
Actually, the story behind it was the brewers just decided one day, let's all wear our goofy wolf shirts because they all had one.
Yeah.
And they just were like, all right, we're going to call this Wolf Shirt. And just kind of went from there.
Oh,
those are the best names. The
Oh,
ones
yeah.
that don't matter.
Right?
Yeah.
It's just like whatever. And now it's one of our core beers, one of our 4 core beers.
For the anniversary of Wolf Shirt, we should get a real wolf.
Yeah.
And bring it to the brewery. Like, I
Yes.
got some connections.
And
set it free.
let it eat a shirt.
No,
Full moon.
No, we'll rub
Oh my
we'll rub
God.
hot dogs all over a shirt. Look at him, look at the wolf, he's eating the shirt.
it'll be in a cage, and then we'll all be like, look at this
Yeah,
wolf.
look at him, poke it with a stick.
No. I mean, there'll be a handler.
Yeah,
You could
but
get.
it's
You
not
can
a
let the
handler.
wolf.
Let him loose.
It's
Let him
usually
loose.
just an older lady who like volunteers, and she's like, I have to have the wolf back at the sanctuary in 35 minutes, and you guys are still poking him in the ass with a stick.
Can we get an old wolf though, so it's like slower?
Yes, I befriended a wolf. I don't know if you guys
Here
know
we
this.
go.
It's out. I don't know. I think it's still there in Bifflo.
Malachi.
Yeah,
There was this wolf.
They lived a long time ago.
Okay.
Malachi the wolf.
Yeah.
We're
So
changing the name of the beer.
I did community service, and I befriended a wolf.
Called Malachi. They told him,
still
they
knows my
warned him.
scent.
How drunk are your molecules?
It's a true story. It still knows my scent. If I was reunited with Malachi, it would do that thing the
We
lion
can make
did,
it happen.
and then it would jump up on my shoulders, and then I'd
No,
be
it would not. It would eat your face. Because you left him
Absolutely.
alone for years.
It
You
know-
abandoned him.
No, it knows my scent. It never forgets.
This a-hole abandoned me a decade ago.
Is that
No.
true about wolves?
Okay, so he was doing his community service for a rape conviction.
No, it was for UCF. For UCF.
I like beer.
You were the UCF rapist.
No, and then
That was you?
Yeah, it was him.
stop. Don't play into it.
I knew you looked familiar.
Yeah.
Don't stop.
You
Go on.
see the drawings. He's popping out of the bushes.
Good enough.
Yeah, he's popping out of the bushes. Go Knights.
We're gonna get some axes.
So no, seriously, he was doing like something for a class, and you were at this sanctuary, and they warned him. They're like, hey, if you do go in there and he befriends you, if you just take off or leave, it's gonna like hurt
They'll
his heart.
find
It's
you.
like you're gonna kind of screw up.
They just said
They're
that
gonna kind of
they
mess
wanted
up.
free labor.
His molecules.
They don't know. They're wild animals. They don't know nothing.
Well, they were giving you the animal science, so then you did befriend the wolf, and then when you were done with your community service, you just pieced out and never came back. He basically did
22 years old.
You know what he did? He basically did what the Madden Brothers' father did. Good Charlotte. He did what the Madden Brothers' dad did on Christmas morning, and you left Malachi, and he didn't become a big pop star, and he didn't marry, Nicole Richie and Paris Hilton or any whatever.
Well, I was
Cameron
nothing
Diaz.
back then, and now I'm Tom Van. So maybe
Lifestyles of the wolf trainer.
There we go.
Wolf Traders.
I wonder if I can go and buy Malachi now. Like you probably have to have some permits, right, for your backyard.
Yeah, you
not
can't just
Florida.
have a wolf in Castleberry.
Oh, there's the Castleberry wolf.
Very well.
It might take care of your raccoon problem.
Yeah, just put it in the backyard. All right? It's fine.
I have a feeling
can't
it'll
jump.
dig through your screens. Bad.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'll put some
I don't think wolf
coolers
has
in
to
front.
dig. It'll just walk through it.
Yeah. Is it like a dire wolf?
Yeah, it's big as hell.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's a big
It's
wild
like a-
wolf.
Pissed off a dire wolf?
Yeah, it's like a Jon Snow wolf. Like a
So what do they
big-
tell us? It's just a dude dressed up in a wolf shirt.
How drunk were you that day?
It was a different
No, hug
time,
him.
right?
Go ahead.
Early 2000s.
So it very well could have been a man in a wolf
yeah,
shirt.
yeah, yeah.
Oh my God.
So, what else we got going on at the Cinco de Mayo party?
What else? I got distracted by wolves.
Yeah, sorry.
No, I mean, so we have the beers. We have the releases are the biggest.
Is that
thing,
not enough?
And then we have. He's like, what
Let's
else?
go on to the next thing.
We're beating a pinata.
Tequila shots?
No, no, we don't have liquor license.
Oh, speaking of pinatas,
kidding.
I
in
have
the outside.
Did
I've
you
had
say
a-
that like Miami, where you're like, speaking of pinata?
I have a lot of experience with pinatas lately because
Wow.
I've been going to a lot of kids' birthday parties, and I've done this at my own kid's birthday party where every parent gets the pinata, and then everybody gets excited. They go to gather around or whatever, and then the parent hands they start with the weakest kid first. And
How do you
then
determine that?
Small.
yeah.
You just look. I mean, you
just look
you'd
at
look at my kids. Rowan doesn't look like.
It'd
the
be like me.
top
Like they look like,
tier
hey,
athlete.
5'2", get up here.
Yeah.
Start whacking the pinata.
And then it's because parents want to give every kid a whack because they don't want any kid to feel left out or whatever.
No
so
kid left. Every kid gets a whack.
Yeah.
An hourglass
Tom
prop.
never said that. He said he's gonna try his best for everyone to get a whack.
But all the parents, because they've been through this before, were like, oh God, because now we have to wait for 32 kids to weak arm whack the pinata. They can't even barely dent it.
What you really need is Ronald Acuna Jr. to get up there with a baseball bat and whack that thing to the moon.
Because then once you hit that, you're standing on the sideline. I'm like, getting ready for that.
Yeah.
Like, you know what's coming.
The hitting is boring. I just want the candy.
Yeah, the rush for the candy.
So then, but and even the kids know because they've been through it before that the first, 18 whacks are going to be weak and not even going to wait. So no one's even waiting. Like the whole thing is you need to be waiting to pounce, right?
Yep.
Like you got to
Sounds
build
like an
excitement.
ex-relationship. Like,
Waiting to pounce.
So
my life with a wolf.
you got to mix it up.
Right? That sounds good.
That's good. That's great.
Like all of a sudden, like you gotta put in some weak kids, and all of a sudden you put in like here's a 13-year-old that looks like he played
Jerry in there.
baseball
Oh,
here.
there
Like
he goes.
That's how you do it.
the
Joe.
Book of Malachi.
Joe is the kid.
You can tell he's good at sports, and then the kids are like, oh, this kid. He may actually break it.
All right.
That's
Bring
what
the
I'm
candy.
saying. Yeah. Mix it up. Put a big one
What's
in there.
in the adult pinata?
So we had. What did you put in there?
Got koozies,
nice.
gift cards.
Gift cards?
Yeah, got
That's
some.
We thought about glassware, but then
Oh, that would be
It would have been funny if you just filled it full of bladder of beer.
It's just sloshing. Hold on. This is fun because they
And you're like, put your glass under it.
Look, Sam keeps telling me, all these
Yeah.
ladies keep telling me, mostly ladies keep telling me about this beer spa around town and how
Yes,
cool
I've
it
been
is.
there.
You've been
Yeah.
there? Yeah, I see pictures of people going there. Dude, Tom and Dan's
Yes.
beer
pinata?
It's a beer yada.
Yeah, beer yada. Okay.
And you hit it, and it's just spilling and whacking and splattering everywhere. It's
People are like
disgusting.
drinking underneath it as you're hitting it.
Yeah. And then when it falls, you're like, quick, drink off the ground.
Yeah, lay on the ground. Put your lips right on the floor.
God, yes. Like a soundbite of
Like,
that.
we mopped it. It's fine.
Someone did. Someone mopped it.
Um,
But
yeah.
yeah, it's good. So you get the raffle. So we try to talk through that too, because we're like, so how are we going to give everyone an opportunity to hit the pinata? We don't want like the most giant person to get there and break it and it's done, and then it's just one person gets to hit it. So we thought of the raffle. So hopefully that'll work out for us. And then
I think it'll be fine.
And then if they break it, then everyone comes in. So like at the where we have the no longer axe throwing. I'm sorry. Where we have
Tom
that
told
space, there's a garage door. So we're gonna open the garage door, have one person at a time go in and whack it, and have like a chain of sorts just to block it off, just so that we have like some safety protocols, whatever. And Brett is going to manage the whole thing.
All right.
So we're going to
I am?
Yeah. I decided this.
Well,
right
I have nothing but confidence.
Right?
Brett,
I'll just get him drunk beforehand, so he'll just be like, sure, okay.
He's got 4 kids. He knows how.
Yeah.
another thing that I've seen at birthday parties, and Brett, this is just some advice. So when the kids go to whack the pinata, don't
I got 4
let-
kids.
Don't,
Yeah, he knows.
the parents always let the other kids gather around, and they're anxious to get the candy, so they start inching forward.
That's why we have the
I bought
chain.
one of those line things where like you could like connect to like
Oh,
make sure
yeah,
like
stanchion.
Yeah, because they will inch up, and then
yeah.
some kid's getting his eyeballs whacked out of his head.
You need like an MLS referee where you spray the foam and like don't because they'll inch forward, and then when the kid goes to rear back to hit the pinata, it comes 1 inch from the tiny little girl's face.
Oh, God.
And you're like, someone's gonna get hit with a
man, but that's
broomstick.
great video.
For American
No
Fun
press is
Stories.
bad press.
Yeah.
Oh God. Well, we'll also have like I just can't wait to see a bunch of like grown men and women just like anxiously waiting to run up to a
they will.
pinata to pick up the floor off the floor.
Oh, they will for sure.
The trick is to dive on top of it. And then cover all the stuff with your mouth
because nobody's gonna reach under to your genital. I've done that. You stole my. Well, you will, and I'll enjoy it. But most people, if you lay
It's like saving a hocky puck.
Yes.
If
your
you lay,
body on top of it.
people will not reach
No,
under. I
no.
do this for Maisie. Like
No,
when there's like
yes.
when there's like a parade, I'll just lay my genitals on the candy, and I'll be like, I'm the smart
And
guy.
then give your daughter genital candy.
Well, I mean, she came for my genitals. She is my genital candy. I created her.
Don't say that.
Don't say she's my genital
We'll
candy.
edit it in post. It's fine.
And then finally, Waco Taco, which is
Yes.
literally directly connected to you guys. I mean, there's
Same place.
a door. You go like not even a door; it's an opening. You just walk right through.
Look for the luchador masks.
They're doing specials and stuff and food and stuff, so
Yes.
you can have some delicious Waco
And
Taco.
I can't pronounce the exact taco that they're doing.
I forget what those called. It's a
gonna
dipping
d-
taco.
Oh,
Yes.
burry tacos.
Yes,
Birria.
thank you.
Birria.
Ooh,
Birria. I just call them
birria.
burry tacos.
I've been
She
saying
made it
I'm wrong
sound
for
sexy.
years, and I finally
Like-
figured it
So
out.
you have to say burry.
Birria.
Why can't we just say burry tacos? Why do we
Burry
have to
tacos.
go?
I mean,
you
Why
can.
not the Beria?
Birria.
But I just
Beria.
Just say, give me the dipping taco.
Give me the chicken taco.
I'll have one Beria.
Can I get me one of them? Birria.
The owner's a listener. He knows.
he knows.
Just go. He knows.
The dippins.
We don't want to specify that this is the Longwood location that this event is happening.
Yeah.
There is
Yeah.
the
Yes, we do
Curry
have the
Ford.
Sam knows how
location.
dumb our listeners are.
Well, people in the chat were asking, and I just want to make
Yeah,
sure
yeah,
people
yeah.
know.
Yes.
Yeah, this is not the Orlando Tap Room location. This is the Longwood gigantic.
Yes.
The monstrosity,
The
as we call
monstrosity,
it.
yes.
Long and gigantic in the same sentence.
The Longwood gigantic.
Hey.
I'll write that down.
The gigantic Longwood.
All right.
So Joe, Lola, Brett, thanks for coming by. I really
Absolutely.
appreciate
Absolutely.
it. And again, the Cinco de Mayo party. If you want to find out more information, hourglassbrewing.com.
Absolutely. And Facebook as well. And
Yep.
Instagram. So we have
Yeah.
that. We blast it all over.
Stay on top of it just to make sure.
Oh.
Don't say blast it all over.
And we'll
all over the gigantic Longwood.
There you go.
let's we'll mention this. We don't have everything together yet, but it's in the process.
Don't start making promises.
No.
We are doing a beer with Hourglass for Father's Day.
Yes.
It's going to be called Dad Jokes.
I'm so
Danger
excited.
Brain is working right now on the label and
Danger
the can. And so we're super excited about that. It's going to be
awesome.
The release is going to be the day before Father's Day, that Saturday, and we're going to have lots of stuff going on. But it's going to be our first, beer release in a long time, and we're excited about it.
Yeah, I'm excited to put a beer back out there for folks because
Yes.
I love some beer.
Yes, yes.
Golden showers or golden ale? Oh, golden ale.
It's a golden
ale.
ale.
Yes, it's a golden ale.
And so
Dad jokes.
Dad jokes is the theme, and the one that I love the most was the "Hi Thirsty, I'm Dad."
That's Daniel.
Yeah. That was my dad was he would do that.
Daniel knows the dad jokes.
It was worse than that because I'd be like, I'm thirsty because I couldn't say thirsty. I'd be like, I'm thirsty, and my dad would be like, Hi, thirsty, I'm Dad. You're an asshole.
Grant does that to my kids.
Why are you doing this to me? I'm dying of thirst.
It's a great game. No, and my kids
Give me
get
my
so
water.
mad at Grant because they're like, my son will just be like, Dad, I'm not doing the joke, and my 2.5-year-old Layla will be like, Dad, I'm not doing joke, I'm hungry.
Yeah, I'm hungry. Oh God.
Hungry. And he does it every single time.
Like the basic necessities to live. I'm thirsty. I'm hungry.
And
I want
I'm
a
gonna
roof.
make a mockery of it.
Hi, Roof. I'm Dad.
Well, thanks for coming by,
thanks for
guys.
having us.
Thank
We
you.
appreciate it. We're looking forward to Cinco de Mayo.
Indeed.
And our beer release. We'll tell everybody more about it later. We'll be right back with more Corporate Time. Welcome back to a Corporate Time. Let's do some voicemail and email.
Yeah, let's start with an email. Let's start
Okay.
with an email.
I asked for an Oculus so I could use it to work out, but my husband and I also tried VR porn. You can get the good videos for free if you just search Google from the browser and then search for Oculus porn from there. No subscription needed. Not a lot to choose from yet as it's relatively new technology, but my husband enjoyed it and the sex was great for both. That being said, the Oculus has been acting up since then, and I'm pretty sure it has a virus now.
Yeah.
Acting up. What's it doing? Like
I don't
I've been
know,
on
maybe, like,
all. Man,
freezing.
look, there's not a site I haven't been on.
I
in
still
that
haven't
thing.
done it with the personal one.
You got to go to
Because I'm afraid of getting a virus.
POVR. I don't think it can. I don't think it can get a virus.
And or it being linked to my Facebook and being like, this is what
I mean,
Sam's
like,
been
it
watching.
doesn't say
Are
that-
computer viruses still a thing?
I don't think they're a thing anymore. I think it's like AIDS. AIDS is gone. Computer AIDS is gone. It's all we're good.
Because I don't hear that many people
No.
complaining about virus. Like
No.
your phone doesn't get them.
I just
right?
assume every phone and every computer has a virus. So it's,
Right?
But it used to be like, oh, don't click on that, or you'll get the
Yeah.
worm virus.
Yeah,
It's
you got
out
the
right now.
worms. You got the.
Or whatever it is, and then people used to be like, "Oh, I got the virus. My computer is now broken." Like, I never hear
you
that.
opened that Ford for free Garth Brooks tickets. And I'm like, yeah, I did. They're like, oh, you got the worms. I'm like, I got the worms.
Like, when's the last time you heard of someone complain that their computer got a virus and is broken?
You.
It's been a long time.
You every morning.
No, it's
grandma?
broken, but it's not a virus. It's just a lack of maintenance and.
Yeah.
You do have porn in your calendar for some reason.
I thought that was gone. Didn't we take care of that?
Did we?
I don't know.
I
What's
use
on your calendar
Well, I
today?
use a different calendar now, but I think the
Yeah.
other one still
The other
has
one-
it.
oh, yeah,
it's
the other one.
Yeah.
Oh, let me check my porn calendar. Yep, masturbating then.
It's like, do you want to meet hot MILFs in Castleberry? Then I'm
You know,
Yes,
they
I do.
always say that, and then they show a picture of a short-haired old lady.
Yeah.
Every single one of them is like a short-haired old lady who has fake boobs, good abs, but a big fat ass. And I'm like, I'm not into that. They're not hitting the mark
Not your
right
type.
for me. Yeah, it's just not.
It's what they had the free use.
And she's
or
always
whatever.
like happy. She's always like, I'm leaving my best life. You know, like very like she's like forward
Yeah.
old lady.
That was an image they could use legally. So
Do they really care about anything legally?
I don't know. I mean, maybe that they.
It's
I don't
always
know.
an old lady though, and like meet singles in your area. I'm like, yeah, I don't want to meet that old lady. Let's try this one about area codes.
Hey guys, and Dan, Captain Dano. Lived in
Wait a
New
minute,
Smyrna
that's
Beach my
mean.
entire life, and I
Is
too.
he saying I'm a girl?
What, Captain Dano?
No, listen.
Hey guys, and Dan.
Hey guys, and Dan. That's a shot.
Oh, I thought he said I'm Dan.
Oh.
Captain Dano. Lived in New Smyrna Beach my entire life, and I too had a 904 area code when I was a kid.
And I believe for a while, 904 and 386 would work.
Yes.
Which they finally switched over to 386. But yeah, I believe that happened in the early to mid 90s. Totally remember it, Dan.
My dad was a holdout too. He would still use the 904 until the day that it switched to 386, and he tried it. It didn't work, and then he switched to 386.
I like that. Yeah.
Very
We're
much
stuck
like
in
you.
his ways.
Want to feel extra old? I saw a TikTok the other day where a girl was watching an old Seinfeld episode with her dad, and she thought the phone number on the screen was fake because it didn't have enough numbers in it.
Oh, yeah. I mean...
Oh, gotcha.
Because you didn't have to use area codes back then.
Yeah. I mean, we all...
I remember going through being told, like, oh, if it's local, you don't need an area code.
Right.
And then if it was long distance, you
Like
needed an area
10,
code.
220.
And then if it were international, you'd put in like a plus 44 and then a
Right.
1, and then you're not... Like, I remember
So
all of that.
complicated.
Like now, if somebody from another country wants to call me, it's just a 1, the area code, and my number, and they get me, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's no more... I mean, is there long distance charges? No.
Yeah,
right?
if it's out of the country or something.
There's international charges, sure.
So if...
But you could just like Skype, right?
Yeah,
for free?
But yeah,
Or is
you-
Skype free? I don't even know.
No,
I don't
yes.
ever talk to anybody.
I don't
in
think
the
it's free.
You could FaceTime audio for free.
on Facebook Messenger.
Or just on your phone, if it's through the internet, right? It's like there's no
Or
international.
WhatsApp.
Yeah, well, there's tons of ways to contact
People
anybody
love
internationally.
WhatsApp. I don't understand why you would use a WhatsApp. What's the...
We use it.
We used it for the camping trip.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
what is why not just group text?
It's because international. Again, you go through the internet.
Oh, are there people on that group
No.
text that are international?
No, but I guess it's just an easier way than group text. You go to a specific app instead of it's in your
Gotcha.
group text message, something like that.
Yeah.
And I guess do you follow the timeline easier? I guess with a group text you could do the same thing. I don't know.
Yeah, I've never understood. Like, I got a lot of friends that are like, I'm only using WhatsApp for those conversations. I'm like, well, is it because you're doing bad stuff?
I think a lot of it, yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people, I think they say like, oh, let's do it on WhatsApp if we're,
They think it's more secure, yeah.
Yeah, like it's not Apple reading my business or
Right.
something. Or
Well, people are paranoid,
yeah, I think they are because I don't have anything that's worth reading. I mean, you read my phone, you see a couple porno sites on there. That's about it.
People still
Real boring.
will blur out their license plate in
Yeah.
pictures.
Well, I do
that. I don't
I don't want people seeing which novelty plate I chose because they might judge me for that. Like, for instance, I have the Endless Summer plate, but I've had a lot of people say, you don't look like a surfer.
You got to be a surfer to get
You
that?
judgmental a-holes.
Like, people will still be hesitant to give out their phone number or address as if you couldn't find that on the internet or whatever, like all that stuff. Like, that's my private information. Like,
Right.
no, it's public.
out there.
It's 100% public.
It's got to be real bad for old people. That's going to be terrifying.
Everything is
If you're
public.
an old person, you have a mediocre grasp of the internet, and you go there and you type in your name, and it pulls up your full street address with a picture of it. It's got to literally blow your mind, make you scared.
It blew my pop-pop's mind when I showed him Google Earth.
He didn't like it, did he?
No, like he couldn't believe that there was a satellite image of the top of his house. Like it didn't like he's like, you could do this with anywhere. I'm like, anywhere. Like, it's not real time. I'm sure at a certain point. Have you heard about like they're talking about actually flying drones and having them like film continuously, like in a 24-hour feed. That way, like a city or an area is just continuously surveillance. So if anything happens crime-wise or whatever, like say a murder happens,
Oh, Big Brother.
they can go back and people are get freaked out about it. But like a murder
I can't
happens,
tan in my backyard anymore.
they can literally
You can. There's just going to be a robot watching.
rewind time and be like, oh, there was the car and it came from here.
Right.
Like it's kind
in
of like
video
Minority
games.
Report.
Yeah, it is like Minority Report.
And so apparently my buddy Turkey Leg knows this guy that we used to know from Miami. He works for a drone company, and they manufacture like bigger drones that can hold, like, some of these drones can hold 400 pounds.
They're called
right?
fat drones.
And they're like, some of them are big as like small cars or whatever. and they're using them for all types of like military and other things. Like movies are using them instead of helicopters. And,
that's been going on for a while.
It has, yeah. And so, but as it becomes cheaper and cheaper, like they've been thinking, I'm telling you, they're going to use them for forest fires one day. Like drones are going to be used to put out forest fires, and it's going to be.
They're just going to be used to drop scuba divers into the fire.
And it's just going
to be a big ass drone.
Yeah, they're big.
Yeah, no,
they're like as big as a car.
They're as big as a car. They can hold 400 pounds plus.
How many gallons of water can it hold?
Well,
whatever
you need an army of them. Yeah. So, like, if you had
like 400 of them fly over the fire, you're good.
And then just continuously go refill at a giant aquifer or lake or whatever. And then,
so will we also get rid of fire trucks?
No, because you'll still need
house fire. Yeah, I'm talking like
but why
forest.
not put the house fire out with a drone?
You could definitely, but
it'll be a slow ramp up.
But the house fire, I think you need to be a little more delicate.
You need people in there to find humans and pets.
That's true, yeah.
And so, but the forest fires, like just put out an army of drones. I mean, because at the end of the day, a fire could cost billions of dollars in damage, right? And then so if you spend a couple $100 million on an army of drones and the surveillance to spot like hot spots, and then like they just fly out like bees and put out the fire, then or surveil
2 million bees.
Like think about like real bad parts of Chicago and stuff where there's like the murder rate is super high or whatever. I mean, if they just had surveillance drones around, like everybody, it is Big Brother crazy.
But what happens, right? Let's say that someone's stabbing somebody in the street. Then what does the drone do?
Well, it videotapes it. It doesn't stop the murder.
It's just for evidence.
Yeah, it's just so you know who committed the crime.
Gotcha.
It's not instant in the fact that like the drone's going to go and like I'm in pursuit.
Snatch you up. Yeah.
That's scary.
It'll get there eventually.
Well, no, that's scary. Next thing you know, I'm yelling at my wife at Disney Springs and a drone comes and I'm cuffed and the drone is tasing my balls and like, oh man, and I got no recourse because I don't speak drone.
Yeah, but it's a robot, so drones aren't racist. They're the ultimate logic.
Well, they are programmed by people.
Yeah, and they're programmed mostly by white people. So drones are racist. Well, that's just the facts. Let's try this guy.
What's going on, dudes? It's Big Rick, and I gotta say, the one thing that I have neglected recently are the BDM shows, and so I'm catching up on them, and you guys have Savannah Solo on, and I'm finally to that portion of this episode, and
What's that, buddy?
Oh, did we play that?
Yeah, it was a while ago.
Oh. Yeah, it was a while ago, and he's catching up. We've had a lot of people that are like just now catching up. We're in a wave right now.
No, I mean this voicemail.
Oh, I haven't heard it.
Oh, I don't think we played this one, no.
God, I'm at deja vu.
over at the iDrive area going to go sell beer, and I'm loading this ice in the back of my cooler, and there's these families all around me and everything, and I don't know what to expect because I don't know who Savannah Solo is at first, but you know, she gets into it with you guys, and I didn't realize how loud my radio was until she's like, I'm sitting there rubbing my clit.
I almost got it. God, I almost got it. I'm sorry, Sam.
Yeah. This happens a lot
Yeah.
where our content gets blasted over your car speaker.
Yeah. How is Savannah Solo? She doing good?
I don't know. I haven't been keeping up.
Did we?
Where are we at with Bad Barbie girl? What's her
Bad
name?
Baby?
Bad Baby.
Sam,
She's touring.
You weren't
Let's
here
go see
when
her.
we were talking about it on your birthday. She made $50 million.
54 million. Or 47 million.
Off her OnlyFans.
Good for her.
Mm-hmm.
That's insane. Like,
it's pretty awesome.
I gotta pull the trigger, and finally do it.
Don't pull the plug.
Yeah, I mean, now I'm thinking, like, if you did that,
Me?
She didn't do nudity at all. People
No.
are mad, but she still made $54
She didn't do no
million.
nudity.
People are mad because she didn't do nudity.
Well, yeah, because they
they
want. I
expect
mean, I'm mad that she didn't do
Well,
nudity.
if you didn't pay for it, who cares?
Well,
right?
I mean, I'm not going to pay for that.
Yeah.
I'm not going to pay for non-nudity.
But it didn't matter. You still made $54 million, so she wins in this scenario.
Yeah, but I mean, like, it's not like she's going to make $54 million every month.
I pulled up her
No.
Twitter, and she has her boob in a cup, and she's
Yeah.
asking how much milk for your latte.
Dude,
she just does like little suggestive things. I don't want your boob milk.
If any of us got $5 million, we wouldn't have to work again. Like technically,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Because you could invest $5 million and live off of what $5 million makes you. You know what I'm saying? Like, so $54 million, you only need to make that once. And if she's got someone managing her money, you could spend $54 million and never technically have to worry about work again. You know, that money will make you...
she doesn't have to pay for a house anymore if she did buy that house for $6 million in cash, so that's paid up.
Yeah.
She'll buy a car cash, that's paid up.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, invest the rest, you're good to go.
Yeah. And so I just didn't realize... And also, it is a little creepy because wasn't she on
yes, it's
Dr.
creepy.
Phil as
Catch
like a problem teen?
Oh, you're talking about Bad Baby. I thought we were talking about Savannah Solo.
No.
Okay.
We led into Bad Baby.
She didn't make...
Yes, she
problem teen, yes.
She's really successful now. She's rapping around
I think
town.
she's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
She got fame because of that, because she has an attitude and she's a character.
Well, she was a child, right? And then she got attacked and bullied by grown people that watched Dr. Phil, and she's like, well, I'm going to capitalize on this since now these people are trying to ruin my life, and she turned it around and she made money out of it. So good for her. Dr. Phil's a terrible human being.
Well, you say terrible, but he is responsible for why she made $54 million. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because
he gave her a platform.
They gave her a platform, and then she used the fame. And by the way, her rap and all the other stuff she did not make her the $54 million.
No.
It was OnlyFans and a bunch of perverts around the world.
She made like $1 million in one day, right? Wasn't that
her
first day when she turned 18
in her
or something?
first hour of her live stream, I think she did a live stream, and like the first hour, she made $1 million.
Well, back to being creepy. It is creepy that so many people paid that much money.
It's
to
creepy,
see.
but it's no different than the Olsen twins. It's the same thing.
Yeah. Of course, no, it is. But
that's creepy too.
How it is.
And Millie Bobby Brown's been talking about that now too. She's like, now that I'm 18, like she's like the media is sexualizing me and it's gross. Billie Eilish, same thing. Like
yeah. But they can
capitalize
on it.
You don't really do the same thing to teenage boys. You know what I mean?
I do.
You do?
Yeah, I mean, but just like Justin Bieber. I'm trying to think of the other teenage. Jack Harlow. I'm a big fan. No, but like, I don't know.
Harry Styles.
Yeah, Harry Styles.
Yeah.
I like their new music.
Yeah.
But no, you're right. It doesn't happen to young, up and coming teenage boys. I don't think.
You don't see like countdowns on websites for like
hottest
until they turn 18.
You see cute. You see, but it's never.
But it's not like counting down till they're 18 so they can see them nude or have sex with them.
No.
Yeah. Well, that's men. Men think that way. Yeah. Let's do another voicemail.
Email.
Okay.
I'm running out of voicemail.
First, I was listening to an OG show and the apps absolutely refused to pause for me. It was like a Tom orb of chaos scrambling to stop it when my boss called on the speakerphone. Lots of chat lately about when you record and what content goes on which show. You guys are funnier when you're miserable in your day jobs and constantly drinking, but you were miserable and unhealthy and you were drunk arguing with Andrea and the list goes on. It's no good. Don't ever go back to those days. Give me the 5% less funny knowing that you guys got your lives together. It's inspired a lot of change in my life, and I know I'm not as fun anymore, but damn, it's so much better. In terms of the shows, I do miss when the shows had more identity. OG shows had a certain vibe and content, inside scoop, airing out the dirty laundry. BDM shows were a certain way, special content and interviews the poor folks couldn't get. And the Friday Free Show, blow it out, get ready for the weekend party time. You could always tell when you guys were getting energy from the audience. Damn COVID. Corporate time, just happy conversational improv. I'll keep listening no matter what you do. I buy merch. Not many events for me. See content above about making smarter life choices. Founder for Life, SFT.
That's cool.
Well, what's changed?
I don't think much has changed.
That's still the vibe of
the
shows.
This was written, I think, before we took everything back to Mondays. He might be real happy now that everything's back to normal.
Yeah.
I think he is. Actually, if he followed up, I think he'd say, hey, all right, we're back to where I liked it. All right, bye.
And also...
But he's saying each show had a certain vibe. Did we change the vibe?
I think maybe when we put them on Thursdays, the vibe naturally changed. I think the vibe's back to like OG is usually behind the scenes. BDM is what we did. Friday Free Show is going to be a little crazier. And ACT is really kind of a little bit of all of that, I think.
And what he's talking about when he's like, we were funnier when we were drunk and miserable. When was that?
Like back when you worked at the quarry, he's saying, and then you guys did this on the side, and you were, you hated your jobs. You would drink on the show. You guys used to drink every Friday Free Show.
I did up until just, a little bit ago. I mean, like I love.
We all did back in the day.
I love having beers on the show. I would still do it now if I thought I didn't have a drinking problem.
Well, and then also, oh God, it's good.
Drink
more
2
beer.
million bees.
Yeah,
Beer
is the beer.
It'll fix it.
I think a lot of people just think because it was new back when we started it that the shows have been more funny because it was new. This happens with nostalgia all the time. Where like, oh, this show was better when it was new, even though it should be better when they've had a lot of practice doing it.
Right.
Which kind of like The Office or whatever. I think it just like that's the perception of everything.
Yeah,
like,
I
when
thought
something
The Office
starts, you're like, oh, it was better at the beginning. Like really, The Office got good.
I thought it got better until
like 4 or 5 years in.
Yeah, until Steve Carell ended up leaving. That was really, and even then I still watched it, but like up to that point, I thought it got better. The first season I didn't like as much as I do other seasons.
But then everything has like it evolves and changes into something. You know, it's like it's just
of course
that's what it is. That's it. You
Yeah.
can't change it. You know,
We're people.
Life changes.
You change.
Yeah, people change.
Yeah, characters come and go. Like it's what's weird about what we're doing is there's no foreseeable end to it
and no beginning,
and there's no so who knows how long we do this and the show goes
and where it goes and who will stay with us and who will die. Right?
Well, there's not many more. I mean, there's just us now, so it's like, we pretty much
until you hire somebody else.
Yeah, we'll bring in a few more
You'll
people.
get the itch, I know it.
You got to bring a few people in here, and then really rattle Sam, and then
and that's when I start my OnlyFans. And I get the hell out of here.
Oh, if you start your OnlyFans, though, you know what? It would be worth you leaving the show to see your OnlyFans. I was speaking as Tom there. Raise your hand if you've been into Sam's personal Facebook.
Oh.
Okay, let's talk. So I
We
never
do
know.
have to take a break, but
I opened it and then I was like, "What?" Oh, and then
I'm sorry I even brought that up. I just wanted to see him spin.
Okay, so let's talk about it. The OnlyFans.
Well, wait. Do you want to go to break and come back and talk about it? Do you have a master plan? Because we are
we can't. Okay. All right. Well, bye. Welcome back to A Corporate Time. All right, we're talking OnlyFans.
All right, is this a serious OnlyFans
No.
discussion?
It's
Are we doing a show OnlyFans?
I know we've talked about this before, but it's more of a what's the morality, what's the I guess the right thing to do in these times, right? Because more and more people have OnlyFans accounts and stuff like that.
A lot of people do.
And so if you find out, okay, say you have an OnlyFans account, right? And then you find out your boss or your coworker or someone starts following it and paying for your account.
Mm-hmm. It's awkward, yeah.
How is that? You shouldn't do that, right? Or are they supporting you? Like, it's a weird dichotomy because they're paying you.
Because, I know
but then also,
Tom's asking because if I do start one.
No, I can't. Of course,
he would never sign up.
I could never sign up with
but
my
you
real
would
name.
Look at Dan's.
No, he couldn't sign up. No one could.
He would sign up.
Start a fake account.
It can never be talked about because it would be awkward.
Okay, I'll give you the real. There would be a fake account.
Yeah.
It would be looked at, and it would never be talked about because he would take it seriously. And because I like to jokey joke, and I would make a jokey joke, and then he'd pull me aside and be, "Hey man, you can't do that. Let's be serious. You have Mo down here talking to Sam. You gotta be serious for once. You're being a dickhead." That's what he would do. That's what he would do.
But then you guys would accidentally use the group chat to text each other about it, and then
I'm way better with my chats now.
He's
Butler.
paranoid now.
Paranoid now.
He shut it all down.
Every night
you can still see mine. I leave my computer open.
Every night before I go to bed, I delete every text message I have on my phone and my computer. I don't let nothing. I have no emails, zero emails.
So, but
nothing.
That's a question from Mo. Next time Mo comes in, what is that?
What's the best way to do it?
No, but
what if he has an OnlyFans?
It's perfectly legal.
No, I know, but what if your boss subscribes your OnlyFans
and then
account?
comments on your video like, "Hey, that was great." Nice job.
That's got to be inappropriate.
I mean, it's inappropriate, but it's legal.
I don't think it's inappropriate.
Now, if you're Yeah, maybe if you leave a comment, but if they come into work and then you're like, "Hey, then it's kind of borderline harassment.
Yes,
they can't ever talk about it.
No, that's absolutely inappropriate. But subscribing and commenting positive, as much as it would like to be perceived as inappropriate, and yes, it's a little too close for comfort.
Right.
I don't think it's inappropriate.
It's creepy.
It's creepy.
Yeah, but you would think it's creepy if anybody you knew. Like, what about friends?
Well, a lot of things are creepy. What you wear every day is creepy.
No, listen. I wear collared
you
shirt.
wear a little.
You show a lot of cleavage
You
and leg
show
over
a
there.
lot of skin.
There's a lot of skin showing.
Dare
I
I
like
say,
my shorts tiny.
You show way more skin than I do.
You wear a lot. You show a lot of skin. You dress like Martha Sagowski on Channel 2 News when she was like on Channel 2. She used to always. It was a little egregious. And it was a lot of ample skin. And I would like for you to be a little more mature.
I wish people wanted to see me nude. I wish they did.
There are women that want to see you
there
nude.
are women
and
that
men, by the way.
yeah.
Ron would pay for your OnlyFans.
Yeah, Ron wants to see me. Nobody wants to see me nude. You know how unproportionate this is? My abdomen is 3 inches long. My legs are 50 inches long.
But
my head looks like a Remax balloon.
It's not enough to make it worth it. Like if it was sought after, people were like, you know,
how much would you have to make a month for it to be worth it for you?
I would do it for $500 extra a month. I'd put my ding dong up there.
$500?
$500 extra a month.
It would have to be like.
Is it $500 and then like rising, or is it $500 is the tops and then it's going down?
No. What's your minimum?
Minimum
500, right?
500.
Okay.
I think mine would be like $24.50.
$24.50?
No,
Yeah,
$2,450. Yeah, $2,450 a month. I would be.
That's very specific.
What do I have to do?
It's just to fluff it up, walk around, make
Put little hats on it.
Yeah, a little do some side to side,
Do I have
up
to,
and
like,
down.
Draw a face.
Do anything like?
Yeah,
you don't have to, but you probably get more money that way.
Well, are you doing customs? I'm doing all.
You're doing customs?
That's what my specialty is, customs. You're not going to get much in just me walking around looking sad. But then you want a custom, I'm going to work for you.
I do wonder the legality of if you do a custom video, and you guys know because you guys have OnlyFans. You subscribe to some OnlyFans.
We're doing a custom video
I
today
lost the
for
password.
a listener. I
Butler
still have
has it.
Yeah, Butler does still have it. I see when he's in there too.
How do the custom videos work? Is it like a Snapchat where you watch it once and it's gone? Do you get to download it?
I email it to them and they can do whatever they want to with it, which is what's scary.
Yeah.
That's what it is scary.
Yeah. But I don't think they upload it to the internet because they would know, the person who did it would know, hey, I emailed this to you. You're the one that leaked it.
So
yeah, but what's your recourse? Right. Are you going to call the cops?
No, you can't do anything, but I think
you can sue them, right? Because there's probably contractually something in the OnlyFans that says that you cannot share content, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're going to sue some creepo?
Right.
I mean, you don't got any money.
Find an OnlyFans provider, content provider, type their name into Google, type nude or leaks, and you will find everything you need to know about anybody that's ever been nude. People subscribe to those things and instantly leak everything. It's the Wild West. Nobody gives a damn.
Also,
that's what's holding me back.
Yeah, it would hold me back too because like there's no way to lock it down.
Yeah.
You know, you can't even lock down movies. You can't even lock down the new Star Wars, and you mean you're going to lock down Samantha's boobs?
Right.
Can't be done.
There's also a misconception about lawsuits that lawyers are going to take your case if they can't make any money.
You think Mo would represent me?
Well, I think he would, but as your friend, he would.
He'd
absolutely
probably be like, you got no chance.
He'd shoot to you straight. But
like, this is too expensive. They don't have any money. Like, they're not Walmart.
We can't do anything here.
Yeah, I want to sue giant insurance companies or Walmart or someone who has money.
Right.
Like, not, you know, like, yeah, you can.
Well, I just got to set the price very high so poor people can't subscribe.
Well, I think leaking it on the internet is inevitable. Like, that's the thing. It's like there's no way to stop it. Like, so you have to be fine with it being leaked. We talked to, speaking of Savannah Solo, like she was saying, like
she did hire a company to try and like scrape the internet.
Oh,
but
still.
you also have to pay for that, and then there's still going to be some out there.
I just typed in her name and then F machine, and I had every video I needed to ever have. It's crazy.
Yeah. And it's kind of like you just have to, like Netflix with sharing passwords and things.
It's going to happen.
It's just going to happen. It's part of doing business. It's the cost of doing business. So there's no way around it. But,
you got to pay the cost to be the boss.
But last thing with the OnlyFans stuff, what if someone is doing it and then they find out one of their friends is a subscriber. Is that, do you confront them?
Oh, I think that would happen right now. In fact, I think there are side chicks. I think there are listeners that I know that
there's definitely,
that have OnlyFans that I would like to see, just because I am that type of person where the curiosity eats away at me and drives me crazy.
Yeah, we said we look at anybody nude.
Let's go to the Discord.
Oh,
we haven't checked the Discord in a while.
I have. They are on to us.
What's happening over there?
They're not as open because we've made a lot of red weenie jokes.
yeah, they get mad.
And it's amazing.
They moved to a somewhere secret.
They did. They moved to somewhere secret because we'd be like, oh, we were on the Discord, put some lotion on it. We'd make all these jokes about like your wiener's ashy, it's too red, all these jokes. And then people got mad. They're like, well, fine, then we're moving on. And they did. And you know what? They were right. I would have done that too. If somebody had told me I had an ashy red wiener, I'd be like, I'm out of here. I'm not going to take that S. I'd let you talk to me like that. Who do you think I am? And I'd head on down the road and start my own.
It's out there, though.
Oh, it's out
Someone send it to us.
The one, though, the one, I can't even talk about the one that literally it's a legend in my mind, was the lady wearing those Sleepy Joe Biden aviators. Remember that lady? She was in the pool and she was topless, and her husband was he was just launching it and all over the aviators. Like it was Yellow River. And she was and I'm like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Did you go in after that and put Bluey on for your kids? Did you go like, we want Bluey? Like, hold on. What did you do after that?
Yeah.
That is my favorite video.
Yeah.
That guy's a party animal. That lady's a party animal.
Ridiculousness. I
am not judging you. I am actually just jealous of the time you're having.
They're having a great
You're
time.
having the time. What am I doing?
Do you exercise the next morning? Like, what, you go about your day? Like,
are you down at Foxtail having a matcha with your friends? Like, what are you doing?
Yeah. A lot just happened there.
Yeah, that's a heavy thing to unpack. There's a lot to unpack there.
Yeah. And then you videoed it and put it on the internet. Anyway.
All right, I got this one ready to go, buddy. Let's try this one.
What's up, T&D? I got a bathroom etiquette question for you. When I go into a gas station, I'm not really sure.
Yeah, I think we did do that one. That was Shart and Randy talking about taking over the handicap stall. This guy's talking about the cold.
Hey gang, it's Zach from Ohio.
Oh, it's Zach.
I keep my thermostat at 65 during the winter. I've never met another person in Ohio that keeps it colder than that. Although I have met plenty of people who keep it at 66, 67, whatever that might be. Are we crazy?
Oh, he did a Tom there.
He lost it.
He did the Tom.
He's
He's becoming full Tom. He's been listening to you too much.
Well,
what do you keep your thermostat at?
Well, it's hot as hell, so you keep it at like 75 during the day, 72 at night.
Not me, buddy. Hey, Andrea puts that thing down on 70, and I'm like, oh my god, you're freezing me out of here.
But when it's hot, like
I'm at like 68.
And she
at night.
runs it hot. My wife sleeps like she won't sleep naked because I don't know, she's scared of monsters or something. I don't know. But I'm like, just take all your clothes off and sleep, and then you won't have to put the thermostat down to 70. It's so cold. Sometimes like 68.
Yeah, I put mine down to 68.
And
I have 2 fans on.
And she has 2 fans on, and I'm freezing to death in there. And I beg her, I'm like, just sleep. If you're hot, take all your clothes off. She can't. If she wears pajama pants, she wears panties. Then pajama pants.
No, you're smothering.
You are. You're keeping that thing. It's like when people wrap a wedding cake in cellophane and then foil. I'm like, you're putting too much on it. You gotta let that thing breathe.
Ever since we got a new AC from American
It's too cold.
Like,
that's not a good thing to say.
I'll be wearing
but you can change, you can turn it up.
That's what I yell about.
My wife won't let me turn it up. It's on a schedule, and when I turn it up, it turns itself back down. Have you seen that? So that if I adjust it, she has it fixed.
She has it set.
She has it set, so if I go and I click it, it'll just go nope and put it all the way back down.
Not today.
Like, if I have to walk outside to warm up, like, this is too cold in the house. Like, why are you making it that cold? And then the opposite, like, we don't have any real experience with the cold, right?
We don't have any real teeth.
No, but like there is something weird about, like, it's cold outside. Like, let's say, it's making, you're setting your temperature to 65. It seems weird to heat your house to 72.
Right.
You know what
Yes.
I'm saying? Like, to me,
Yes.
like, you're
I
heating to
agree.
72. Like,
I agree.
Don't waste the money.
Yeah, take
Just
advantage
put on
of
a sweater.
Yeah, take advantage of nature's air conditioning.
It's nature. Yeah. But I'm sure you don't look at it like that when
I
you
do.
live in the cold, though.
I just get more blankets, but Andrea, like, put the heat on.
But it's like the Dave Chappelle joke where, like, you would just put your coats on. You're watching TV with all your winter clothes on the couch, like, because you don't want to pay for the heat. But I imagine that
Just wrap a blanket
Okay,
around
I
you.
got a question for you guys.
But it is like when you see your breath. Like
you see your breath in your house?
Sometimes.
I mean, people like it gets
It'll
so
get
cold.
cold.
Dude. In like Nebraska, it'll get like a super, blizzard will come through and it get.
Oh,
like,
I thought you meant you personally.
No,
I was like, dude, you got to turn that AC up.
It's impossible here, but when it gets like negative 10 outside and stuff, like you have to be heating your house consistently just to keep it to like 60 degrees or whatever. Like it's so cold. So I imagine, people want to save money. It gets to the point where you're seeing your breath inside your house.
Oh yeah,
which is
without a doubt.
insane.
Let me ask you a question about like sleeping when it's cold. Now, if it is cold, or if I'm like, if I'm sitting on this couch, or if I'm, sitting somewhere and I am in cold weather clothing, meaning jeans, socks, shoes, and a hoodie. Let's just say hoodie. There's something very comforting to me with that, like, warmth, with that setup. Like, there are times when I'll come home from here wearing, again, shoes, socks, jeans, hoodie, where if I lay on the couch just for a second, having all of that clothing on, like, it's easier for me to fall asleep fully clothed and wearing that than it is for me when I go to bed and I put on pajamas and does that make sense?
No.
I know it doesn't. I'm trying to explain. Like
it does, because you're basically
like
wearing a blanket.
Yeah, there's
you know
like
what I'm saying? You're wearing the thing that's keeping you warm in a cold weather. It makes you sleep.
There's a phenomenon that I've had multiple times and throughout my entire life, where if I'm fully dressed in cold weather clothing and I'm just like sitting on a couch, or if God forbid I lay back because let's say Andrea's getting ready for to go to dinner. And she's like, give me 2 minutes. I'm like, all right. And I just lay on the bed, right? Mm-hmm. I will start to fall asleep because what I'm wearing, the clothing, the shoes, everything, I am comfy cozy.
Up,
I am like naturally bundled. And for whatever reason, when I'm wearing that stuff, it makes me tired. It makes me sleepy. I don't know. I get cozy about it.
There is some sort of science behind you sleep better in cold, like in the cold. So
that's why everybody puts their temperatures down at night and then bundle up. There's something about it.
I think it's easier for me to fall asleep when it's hot, though.
Yeah, but that's because you're turning to old men.
Yeah, I know, right?
Old men get cold.
That's what this whole conversation was, I feel like.
You wear blankets over your legs.
You guys are sweet to me by not yelling at me the entire time about being dumb. Yeah, you could have done that, and I appreciate the fact that you did, and thank you.
All right, bye-bye.